Running. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another glorious Sunday here with us at Ages Past. I am your DM for today, AJ, and I have with me my lovely players who are joining us for another adventure here in the world of Forlorn. But let us introduce them so that you can all get a little bit more familiar with them. But soon we will probably be leaving this behind because I'm pretty sure most of you should know who everyone is by now. This is quite a few episodes in, aren't we?
I don't know. Who's the girl?
Right, yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes.
I'm a guy.
Really?
In this campaign.
It's true.
But yes, let us start with our actual female player.
That's me!
Yes!
Oh
yes,
my god!
Good, we clarified that. Alright, good, yeah.
I'm Kayla. I'm playing the half elf, half tiefling, Pact of the Undying, warlock, and she has the cutest, most adorable, most fantastical Fennec Fox named Winnie.
Who's not evil?
Who's not evil. He's a goddamn hero. You shut your mouth.
And yes, of course, after our lovely lady friend, we have our Big Blue.
Big Blue. Hi, that's me. Hello, I'm Scott, and I will be playing Varka Stormcaller, the now former Dragonborn Goliath hybrid that's now no longer that.
Yeah, what are you?
Half dragonborn, half dragon.
So that would just make me a half dragon then.
3/4 dragon.
Even better, I suppose.
You know, when I said that, I was this close to saying the Big Blue Wet thing, but
Big Blue Wet thing.
Yeah. But we'll leave that to the side as the mystery of Varkesh will be solved later tonight and go next to our
Sorry, and number Forge Cleric.
And of course, yes, and our sneaky black-feathered friend.
I'm playing a Rook. My name is Cody, and Rook is a half tiefling, half kenku rogue.
With 4 red eyes. Creepy little fucker.
Yeah.
But not least, the one and only.
Hey, my name is Connor. I am playing Smoky Cloud Cindertongue, the half Tabaxi, half Fire Ganassi Abjuration Wizard.
Yes. And
Huzzah.
of course, with my lovely crew here, we are operating under the Hoda channel, and any time you spend with us here accumulates loyalty points, which can be used to influence any of the games that we have that operate at around 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Times on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and soon to be Wednesday, as well as an occasional Friday. But make sure that you stick around, because anytime you can accumulate, you can spend here to help the players out by giving them the inspiration they need to not fail that desperate saving throw, or perhaps succeed in that very critical persuasion check or deception check. Or for maybe most of these people, it's insight. I think that's the number one roll you guys are having the biggest trouble with. Or stealth. Stealth was a big one.
I'm good at all of these things.
Just all checks for me.
But yes, so make sure to stick around and join us in for that. But let us get a recap for what happened last week in Ages Past. So, you 4 were able to talk with the elf who seemed to be working with Varkesh's father in this base.
He's a dick.
Buried deep beneath the surface, underneath the lake of Bylock. As you learned and planned, you were able to formulate some strategy in order to try and get the Medusa separated from her guards in order to eliminate her. With a bit of this and that, you were able to come to an agreement, but you suddenly found yourselves interrupted as she arrived and seemed to inspect his work as she proceeded around the room to present a small, slight threat, as well as a slight incentive for him to continue and finish his work. Luckily, 2 of you were stealthy and stayed quiet as she patrolled the room, while 2 of you disappeared immediately to the previous Bahir chamber, hiding in the water, as Varkesh and Valindra kept quiet there. But you reconvened and agreed that now was the time to strike, and having the assistance of your wizard friend, the elven wizard, he was able to distract and pull the guards away from their posts and lead them towards the forest up front, looking for the intruders that had slain the Bahir. Luckily, this opening was all you needed to slip past and go down into the large courtyard leading to the temple, where you found a few wings left and right that seemed to have what looked to be basins that held something in it from a long time past, but you are unsure as what they were used for, and were unable to really discover their purpose as you slightly made a little too much noise and drew her attention as she began to awaken her stone garden. Luckily, you were able to get in there and banish her, thwarting her attempts to unleash the horde upon you as you went and shattered each of her statues, preventing her from having reinforcements, so that when she rematerialized, you were able to slay her without any difficulty. Now, with this complete, annihilation of this commander, you found yourselves on edge as suddenly, after the whole battle and looting, a circle was ignited, and a teleportation circle began to open for you to see a very familiar Goliath enter and look around, seeing the rest of you destroy what appeared to be his base of operations. With a little peeved nature and a bit more of interest at seeing his son, you were able to discover that Varkesh's father was no mere Goliath, but actually a large ancient blue dragon, that upon revealing himself terrorized you to flee from the temple and scurry as fast as you could back up the tunnels as he blasted one final lightning bolt straight at the party, knocking almost all of you down. Luckily, the Death Ward saving Valindra, and Varkesh with his resistance being able to endure the lightning blast. But with your other two knocked unconscious, you were able to quickly get them up and scurry out of the tunnel as fast as you could as the rocks and boulders fell behind, as you made your way through past the workshop, up the tunnel, towards the Behir's chamber, out past the waterfall, and towards the long tunnel that would lead eventually to the forest above. And you are currently scurrying and running as fast as you can, weakened as you are, with very little health and spells left in your arsenal. You are barely able to make it to the surface as you can see the setting sun is slowly coming down, nearly kind of touching the treetops. You feel like there might be maybe a couple more hours left of daylight, but the woodlands surround you, and you can hear the faint chirping of birds and the soft sound of other creatures roaming about. But you also get the sense that some of the sounds you hear are those of the patrolling guards that have been out scouting for you, as the wizard had tried to lure them away, leading them onto a goose chase. You're not out of the woods yet. What do you wish to do?
Cry.
Reset.
There is no reset, sadly.
Oh, no!
No quick save options in D&D.
Load at last save checkpoint.
I guess, is there like we're in the woods outside the cave, right?
Yes, you're in this little canyon that's been cut into the earth, so it's kind of a bit of a hidey hole for you at the moment, but you're out in the woods. Is
there anywhere to hide?
There's plenty of places, from shrubs to trees.
Is hiding our best option here?
Well, no, if we just hide, then we don't go anywhere. We have to get out of here.
If this is the only way in... Okay, I'm gonna send Winnie 30 feet ahead, so that if he sees them coming, then I can tell people that we gotta do something quick.
Okay, just 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Winnie will go 30 feet ahead of the party in whatever direction.
Well, I guess, I don't know, how far can I see past? I can see...
Indefinitely.
Oh, I can see the end of the world, you guys!
Winnie has the capability to be however far you want him to be, and you can still perceive.
Right, but I want to send him far enough ahead that if somebody sees him, they won't see us, too.
Yeah, you can, stand as far as you want.
I asked Valindra if she can find if there's water that we can use to circumvent around, hopefully.
Why would water be helpful?
Because I can make us walk on it.
No.
Well, I don't think they're seeking us by scent.
We are by a lock. Can I remember which direction the lock would be? Because we're on the bank of the lake itself.
You obviously went further in. The tunneling, if you imagine an overview of the map, if the lock was here, you went all the way south, found the canyon, went down in, followed the tunnel all the way back as it descended slowly down deeper into the earth. But
So
the
at this
moment
point-
you're south.
So are we still in the canyon then, or?
You're still kind of in the canyon right now, the little cleave into the earth.
So there's never really any place to hide anyway. This is the only way to go and come.
Well, you can get out of it. It didn't follow the canyon all the way to the lock, so you found the cut in the earth as you explored above and went down into it.
Looking at the walls, do they seem particularly climbable?
Oh yeah, you were able to climb in and out of them easily.
I say we try to climb out of these things, and then, since we have the high ground, just make a run for it.
Okay,
enough.
everyone.
Yes, I think that may well be our best bets, since some of us are not exactly stealthily inclined.
What does that mean?
You are loud.
That's fair.
Okay.
Varkesh, you were looking for water?
Well, yeah, I was hoping that via the means that we got here, we could probably just use the lock to
Yeah.
void any land.
Make a perception check as you're doing that.
Oh. I have generally a good perception. 11.
That's persuasion.
It is
Oh!
persuasion.
I definitely need glasses.
There's
I'm
two
sorry.
P skills, man.
I know.
Well,
15,
there's
even
three
better.
Hey!
keys. There's perception, performance, and persuasion.
No one does performance.
Last time we did
It's had
have
to do it a
one.
couple of times.
Famous last words.
Well, you were actually better with your persuasion, funny enough. Okay, so you look around, and
Sir?
you do hear what sounds like the trickling of water that maybe could be a stream or something that feeds into the lock. But you can't see it, you can just hear it.
Bugger. I hear water, but I do not know where it is. I'm dealing with a lot of things right about now.
Yes, I
Yeah.
understand that, but we need to leave before we do anything else. We can discuss all of that later. Up and out.
Climb.
And with that, I'm going to start climbing. Trying to, anyway.
Alright, just getting out of the canyon.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
I'll follow suit.
Yeah, you're all able to get out of the canyon and once more on the forest floor. The trees do surround you, and you can see that it gives you some cover, or at least breaking the line of sight. What's everyone's passive perception? Rook, what's yours? Yours is the highest.
20.
And
Alright.
15.
My passive perception?
Okay.
It's 11.
Yes. Let me just...
And the Varkash's would be 14.
Oh,
Alright, so...
the door closed. Crap at me.
Rook, you would hear this more than the rest of the party. Some of them might start to hear bits of it, but you can determine that the consistency of the snapping of twigs and the slight grunting and a little bit of the heavy footfalls do seem to make you think that you hear some of the patrolling guards out in the forest. The closest you can guess is maybe a little bit to the left, heading towards Bylock. So it's kind of like if you were to face towards Bylock, on the left side you hear the sounds. The right side, you don't hear anything at the moment.
I wave everyone in close and whisper to them, we're going to want to get off to the right. I hear a patrol off to the left. Let's move. And start creeping off in that direction.
Okay. Winnie jumping ahead of you, doing his own scouting ahead, just in case to try and see if he can spot anything, and if he might become spotted by the guards, they won't really see your party. So you give me the foot estimate you'd like to send Winnie ahead on.
So what now?
How many feet ahead would you like Winnie to be? Just 30 or more?
I guess since I can see 30 feet more than that, how far can I see?
Well, you can see pretty far, at least, if the trees didn't break your line of sight, you could probably see further, maybe 120 feet, 200 feet or so.
Okay, I'm gonna send Winnie that far ahead. Like, I want him to be past our point of visibility.
Alright, just barely past, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Winnie goes off 120 feet in the distance, trying to scout ahead in the direction Rook gestured for you to go. Make a stealth check for Winnie, and everyone else make a stealth check for yourselves. Varkesh with disadvantage.
That's for Winnie.
Alright.
But he's really small.
Woohoo! Get out of our cash!
Sorry, guys.
Alright.
Valindra.
So, you
Love
make
it.
your way veering to the right. Now, in doing so, you're able to get closer to the sound of the running water, Varkesh. You can hear it as you approach that direction, and you can see the stream kind of winding a little bit down, and it gives you more of an assurance that you are heading towards Bylock as the river runs straight towards it. You can see that as Winnie is keeping ahead, he's barely making any sound. Some of you can hear him, though. His rustling and his disturbance is noticeable, but not as noticeable as Valindra's.
Point out from the bushes.
Well, he's so small you can't even really see that.
Dang it.
He's so.
Do we see Valindra's ears pointing out from the bushes?
Oh yes, and you also hear Valindra as she kind of moves about. Every time, it's almost as if like an accidental moment. Rook can slightly push a shrub branch away, and as it comes back, it tings on her breastplate, and she's just like, "Damn it!" And there's little moments of just tiny breaks in the stealth that you can hear that she's drawing maybe a little too much attention. And the sound for you, Rook, of the guards just grows a little louder, as if they're trying to hone in on the direction, and they seem to be drawn to Valindra's sound.
I cast Minor Illusion to make a noise similar to Valindra's 30 feet towards the left, where the people, where we heard the sounds before.
Okay, alright. So you definitely...
behind us.
Behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of to the left, behind you.
Like, behind and to the left.
Do you want behind to the left or for straight behind?
We'll say behind to the left.
Behind and to the left. Alright, so you throw off the sound, trying to make it a little bit farther away from where your party is, and it's a noticeable clang. And by doing that, you do hear that the sounds are a little bit more eager. It seems like the hunt is on. And now all of you can hear that approaching patrol as it makes its way, pushing through the leaves and the vines. It does not care that it is making noise. It is coming in your direction, and you all can hear it. Knowing that they can see within a good distance, the trees can provide you some cover if you choose to stop and hide. It's down to you.
I'll take cover.
Yeah.
I try to take cover.
Yeah, we're gonna hide.
I'm 8 foot tall and I'm blue.
No,
There is the
it's
water.
okay. I'll hide you.
There is the water near you, by the way, Varkesh.
Crouch, crouch, Varkesh, crouch.
No! What do I do?
Crouch.
Just swan dive into the river,
Okay, yeah.
rather majestically.
Varkesh goes into the river.
Seeing Varkesh do this, I'll just Minor Illusion myself to create just like a rock around myself and just sort of crouch a little bit.
Okay.
Can I Minor Illusion myself into a shrub?
Do you have Minor Illusion? If you do, you totally
I do
can.
have Minor Illusion. I took it as one of my... I think I took it as one of my Eldritch Knight spells.
Alright, then yes, you can absolutely throw the camouflage over you as Rook tries to hide within the foliage nearby, and Varkesh plummets down into the water. Go ahead and make a flat stealth check for Varkesh, and stealth with advantage for Valindra and Smokey, and flat stealth for Rook.
60's not bad. 60's not bad, right?
Yeah,
No,
60 is
it's not bad.
good.
It's not bad. And alright. So
The rogue just goes, shit.
you all hunker down, keeping as quiet as you can. Varkesh, holding your breath to just try to stay under the water, submerged, and blocking your vision from them being able to see you. Hopefully, you try your darndest. Every single one of you breathes softly and hears the sounds of the actual patrol coming closer and looking around. You can hear grunts and snorts as they're sniffing the air, trying to detect where you're at. So they are going to try and discern where you might be, and since it is keen senses, they do get advantage on their perception checks.
He's in the water though.
Well, I mean, the water one, I'll give that the flat one. Well, yeah, but he is the weakest link, I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we'll see. Alright. The first one passes by Valindra. It doesn't seem to notice the illusion or smell it. It just keeps moving on. But it is going to try to discern if it can see past the illusions.
Please don't.
It does not have much for that, so I doubt it will see past your thing. 15, what's your DC for your spells? 16?
16.
It just barely is fooled by the illusion for
17.
Smokey, and it is absolutely fooled for Valindra.
I think those are your intelligence though, not your charisma. This is Eldritch Knight.
Oh, no.
It would be int based unless you're casting it using your spell slot for a
No, it's a cantrip.
Warlock.
It's interesting. Technically, it is a cantrip, so you can use either one, actually. Once you know the spell, you can choose which one is used.
It works for both classes, so yeah.
Yeah, both classes know it. If it was a
Because that
spell,
was about to be like a 10, y'all.
14, you get proficiency.
gonna hit the books.
All right, that's fine. You, with the knowledge that you gain from understanding the arcane, you pull on the force of energy that you have with your patron, allowing you to amplify the spell enough to make it strong enough so that they cannot discern your location. The other ones continue to sniff around to see if they can find any trace. One of which gets very close to Valindra, but it doesn't discern her yet. Let's see if it can actually pick out the illusion. It does not. But it gets a very odd smell there. It's getting closer. But it starts to move towards the water.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It rolled
If
18
it does,
on
I'm
the
going to
first one.
Nile crocodile it.
Just start swimming. Oh, that. You're going to pull it in.
Come drink from the water, little zebra. I won't hurt you.
It does get closer to you, Varkash, and as it approaches the water, you do get the sense, just from that little broken vision of you looking past the reflection, that you can see that it's kind of staring at you. Your blue scales, a little bit of camouflage, but the metal is just pretty darn noticeable, and the shield.
It's black and green. Fine. And then
I would try and cast Minor Illusion since I'm hidden to make another sound 30 feet away from us.
That would break your illusion for where you're hiding.
Oh, would it?
It would.
Smoke, we know that. Then never mind.
All
Never
right.
mind.
Minor
okay.
illusion can be cast up to 3 times simultaneously.
Then what I do is when he comes close and he's saying he notices me.
I make Winnie flop around in some leaves, make as much
Flopping of
noise as he
Winnie.
can.
All right.
Well,
Make a performance check for Winnie real quick, because he is 120 feet away from you guys right now, so...
He does get a plus 800 to his modifier because he's cute as shit.
Shit. So, he tries, he really, really tries, but the sound is too far away and not enough of an interest as this peculiar silhouette is under the water, and...
Does the little fox barky.
Yeah, but it sounds like wildlife in the forest.
okay. Well, with that, he does notice me, right?
He does notice you, and he
Right,
has
then
drawn
I will
close.
spring up, and I'll grasp him by the neck, and I will start shouting out in Draconic some random profanities, which none of them will understand, making
Okay.
myself look as
Draconic, I do.
menacing as possible and very authoritative.
Alright, so as you pop out and do this, as you do that, make a stealth grapple attack as I
Stealth
need you
grapple.
all to then roll for initiative as it
Wait, I'm trying to do a thing, and I'm gonna fight already.
Okay, hold on. Alright, you all had a thing to do thing. You sent Winnie to try and make a distraction, so that was your kind of thing. Rook and Connor, Smokey?
Yeah, I mean, I'll prepare a cantrip to fire at these stupid things.
Okay.
I'll upload a crossbow bolt in the back of the one that spotted Varkash once I recognize that he spots him anyway, which may or may not be now.
I mean, he definitely looks like he's spotting them, but Varkash is kind of doing that surprise.
You told me he saw me,
He did see your silhouette, and he's kind of doing the whole looking down and like...
motherfucker.
He was investigating.
Either way,
Because I asked, does he see me? You went, yes. So then
does.
I just...
I'll do how many are there? Let's start with that.
There are 4 in total, and I will go ahead and put you guys on the map so you can see.
Oh, that's so many more. That's a thing.
Anymore.
Ooh, they bugbears.
Damn it, hell.
Alright, just gonna clear up the turn order here as you guys get to start her off.
We're so weak!
Yes. I can't move my token. This sucks.
If you can't move your token, go ahead and drag the appropriate one that you have into the location, and I will delete.
Can't remember what life I had for last session.
Would it be on your actual character sheet?
My character sheet says full, and I took a lightning blast from Big Daddy Dickhead, so I know for a fact I don't have full.
It was high 80s, so just maybe take away 44.
DM ruling?
I would say 44 would be a fair bet, and I don't think you took really any damage when it came to the Medusa fight.
No.
No, not the Medusa. I didn't get touched, but...
Yeah.
So, minus 4. Okay. That's fair. Hi, Clone Me. Hello, Clone Me. There should be 2 Varkeshes. It should be awesome. There's 2 of everyone. This is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to.
Everyone's dancing!
All right, get rid of that one. All right, get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. And then, Valindra, which one's yours?
The one to the left is this
To
one.
start moving it.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Alright.
All right.
Also, some people are saying they're having some issues with the stream.
I did see that it was going workily, but it looks like it's back. Is it back?
Yes, it is now.
Okay.
Workily?
I just want to point
It
out
was doing
before
the
we all die.
wheel of death for me. So.
Yeah, it just happens these days.
Twitch has been, not so friendly. Oh, it wheels of death everywhere. I hope it's still going through. But yes, go ahead, everyone. Your initiatives. Valindra, was
Sure.
that a 21 for you?
Yeah, but I didn't click on my token.
Okay.
A powerful 6 from the invalid reptile.
Ooh.
Smokey.
Just go ahead and roll again and do your thing, because your token's too high up for me to be able to tweak it.
What?
Do I get to keep my 21?
Yes, of course.
Good.
All right. And then the others get to go.
I just want to run. I'm so weak, you guys.
I have
All right.
Yeah. That's
They
fair.
rolled pretty
Valindra's
bad.
Stream's still frozen, by the way.
Oh,
Gonna have to make do.
All right. I see it coming in and out. Hopefully it'll stick around when it does, when we need it most.
So do me and Rook get our surprise?
Sure, I'll let you all do your little surprises. So Varkesh gets his surprise glomp, and Rook and Smokey get your surprise shot fire.
I will try to attack the same guy that's next to Varkesh.
All right, everyone's focusing on that one.
All right.
Sounds good.
Can I get to make my grapple attack now?
Yes, of course.
Right,
Yes.
okay.
Let's see, how far away?
Bah, 22.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sure that's going to
I-
grapple him.
Pretty much Vader choke him to death. What?
Oh no!
It just
What?
barely meets.
What is he, fucking Luke Skywalker? How dare he counter my Vader choke?
But he does get burned. I'll go and roll, assuming 17 hits.
22 because you have advantage because it didn't see you. But yes,
That's true.
it does hit.
So 9 fire damage.
Nice.
Min and
And
max.
Rook goes ahead and he fires off his as well. And Varkesh, you go up to grab at him, and as you do, you definitely Ooh,
Nice
shit.
job.
You definitely
Nice
get
job.
right up close to him, and you just as you're ready to grab the throat, he lurches back just barely out as you scratch it a little bit, but doesn't seem to do too much of a damage as the crossbow bolt. That's going to do a hefty toll. Go ahead and roll damage there.
Alright. Interest of fairness, though, unfortunately I don't get that crit. I'm too far away.
Oh no!
Because I'm hidden, it's not disadvantaged, but because I'm far away, it just comes out to a flat roll.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
So does the 16 hit, though?
Well, his 16 will hit, I believe. Yes, absolutely does hit.
Okay.
Bad.
That would have been a
Don't
great
roll that.
opener.
It would have been, yeah. I do still get sneak attack because it's not disadvantage. It's for a total of
30.
7 plus 6 plus 17. So, yeah. 30 indeed.
Nice. It definitely seems to be that the combo attacks of you two, along with Varkesh's surprise sudden lurch up, he backs up into the spell and the crossbow bolt, just kind of embedding into his back. It's a very surprise and sudden assault that he was not expecting, and the other patrols seem to now suddenly be on alert as they turn around, drawing weapons, getting ready to try and counter this sudden ambush attack.
Oh god.
Smokey, you start her off at the top of the round. What do you want to do?
Brooke is the sneaky boy.
Yep. I'm gonna look behind me at this tree. Does it look like it can support my weight?
Yeah,
It's a tree.
should be able to support your weight.
Okay, I'm going to move my climb speed, which is half my normal speed, so 15 feet up, I believe.
Okay.
And a tree.
Yep.
He does not want to be involved. He's like,
No.
I'm weak. Let me
I'm
alone."
so... Oh my gosh. Wizards are not meant for this. And I will... if I'm 15 feet up in the tree, I will use my action to go ahead and do another produce flame against the guy who's already weakened. So normal attack, reduce flame. 18.
Well, that hits.
Yes! 14
Ooh,
fire
that is
damage.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely continue to throw and lob your hairballs that seem to just stick to him and start to burn the flesh as they really are doing a lot to him. It's like singeing and catching his fur a lot. You can see it just start to spread all over him as he's now kind of patting it away with the flames.
Bonus action, grip the tree as tight as I can.
Tail curling around the trunk, you're just holding tight.
Everything.
Cat stuck in a tree. Reached a new cliche for Smokey. Rook.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and load up one of my paralytic bolts and take a shot at this fellow here. Just
Sure, go right ahead.
Let's go ahead and I'll just count for that, and that's 23 to hit.
Oh yes, that hits.
And that will be a total of 14 points of damage, and he has to make a DC 15 Constitution save.
Alright, okay, so DC 15 con. He is going to roll a
Oh yeah, he's good.
19. Sadly, the poison does not do its job, and the creature doesn't seem to be inhibited by this poison, and is now still rearing to go. Not paralyzed.
And I'm going to go ahead and skirt over to this tree here and try to take the hide action.
Okay, as you try to get a little sneaky, go ahead and make a stealth check.
22.
Okay, you're pretty good at concealing yourself in to a nearby foliage, but it is a little obvious. He does kind of know where you are, so he could probably maybe try to find you out, but we'll see.
I'm fine with that. I mean, it's the whole point of the hide mechanic.
Yeah. Valindra.
Sky right in front of me with Eldritch Blast.
Alright, sure, go ahead and fire away. That hits. That misses.
Get one.
Alright, 6. Nice. Definitely a good, solid thump to the back, as you can see the force just make him stumble forward as he turns to look to see who fired it, noticing you in the distance. Varkesh.
Okay, I've lost the stats for this, so what's the range of Rod of Ruling?
60 feet, I believe.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Aha! The one nearest to Rook.
Mhm.
I will take out the Rod of Ruling, and I will go to the one nearest Rook and go, "Hail to the king! Save me! Kill your former buddies!" And I will cast the Rod of Ruling on him.
Okay, he makes a charisma save.
Charisma.
Natural 20.
Oh, fuck me
I'm
sideways.
so sorry. That was so great.
That was really good.
I was so proud that you used it. I am so sorry that the natural 20 happened. It would have been brilliant. It would have been brilliant. Sadly, the creature does not seem to really register what the hell you're talking about, and the magic just goes past him. It's almost like he's too much of a dunderhead to really register what you're trying to go with, and the magic doesn't really take hold.
A horse. A kingdom for my horse.
Okay, so this
Kingdom for a horse.
This one's going to try and go towards. First, this one's gonna look for Rook, so it's going to start to look around the other side of the tree, as it just starts to peer about. It's going to see where you might have been, maybe do a version of poking, prodding to see if he notices where you might have.
I love how you just skipped over me entirely if I didn't want to do anything else.
Oh, well, did you want to do anything else with your bonus action?
Yeah, I probably want to start doing some movement.
Okay, sure, you can move. Where do you want to move to?
Thank you, DM. I'm just going to try and move to the embankment so I'm not stuck in the water.
Okay, alright, just getting out of the water and just moving your way to dry land. Is that it?
And bonus action. There's nothing physical I could do with him with a bonus action. Maybe push him into the water.
No, sadly that's a shove attack.
So movement is fine and I'm good to go.
Alright, okay. This one's going to start poking around to see if it can discern where the birdie went. 12. It has no idea where the birdie went. It can't find you at the moment, but it does know where you generally are, so it's just kind of keeping ready and waiting for you to pop out, so it's kind of like doing that little alert thing. The other one goes straight towards Valindra and pulls out another terrible, sickly-looking blade as he tries to swipe at you.
Good.
22.
Yeah,
Oh!
that hits.
Alright.
I'm unconscious.
Oh, do you have like no hit points?
She has
I
eight
had
hit
one
points.
hit point left. So
Oh,
I'm-
alright then, yeah, so you're unconscious at the moment.
No.
Alright, the other one is going to go towards Smokey,
I'm in a tree.
and you are in a tree. He's gonna have to jump and try to swipe at you with it.
Did it reach that high?
I'll say it'll get, well, he's a pretty tall thing, but I'll give it disadvantage because it's using like the tip of its blade to try and jump and swipe at you. Not the easiest thing to reach, but, you know, gonna try. He's gonna and roll a 15.
Nope.
Alright, sadly, he cannot quite get you as you are just, like, clinging to the tree and moving left and right, dodging, keeping it out of reach. The other one goes to Varkesh, and it tries to also cut across his armor with an 8. Failing miserably, it is unable
I'm like,
to get through.
what? Oh, you're still here.
Smokey, it is your turn. You can see that Valindra does fall as she seems to have a nasty wound cut across her, and she just is too weak to stand.
So, from this tree, can I climb higher
Of course.
safely? Okay, I will move my 15 feet, half movement higher into the tree. And then, here's an interesting mechanical question for you. If I were to cast Levitate on Valindra, because it's not consented movement, does it not provoke opportunity attacks?
It would not provoke an opportunity attack because technically she is not the one doing it.
I will cast Levitate on Valindra and float her, I think it's 20 feet.
Up in the air.
Oh.
Yeah, you can do it. Straight up in the air.
Just dress the cat up like it's...
Yeah, 20 feet. She goes 20 feet straight up into the air.
Alright, Valindra's limp body just floats 20 feet high, out of
Thank
reach.
you, Smokey.
Very, very good job. Good job. Alright. Rook, it's your turn.
Alright, so while this guy's poking around in the bush, I'm gonna go ahead and use the bonus action to like try to size him up, use insightful fighting on him.
Alright, go ahead and roll for your insightful fighting.
Okay.
Roll a 16 on its charisma.
and
Oh,
actually-
sadly,
Damn!
you're a little too worried and unable to really find a good weak point. You're just kind of trying your best to not move and not kind of get a good angle to see. You're just not able to do it.
Rather than break my stealth, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the dodge action and stay right where I'm at. Still hitting.
Okay. Alright. Valindra, I need a death saving throw from you, please.
Oh,
And I do believe you are an Undying Warlock, so on a success, do you come back up?
You're level 10. No, you're not level 10 Warlock then.
it's not. I don't come back up. It's.
Stabilize?
I stabilize, I think.
Let's double
Hey.
check for Warlock.
Yeah.
Undying. Because I believe it's a level 7.
Fight death. Starting at 6th level.
Yeah.
Oh, I regain 1d8 hit points plus my Constitution modifier.
There you
Oh,
go.
shit!
So, you do return back
Oh.
to the living.
20 is within 100 feet, yeah?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
So what
It's
happens?
It's whenever I succeed on a death saving throw, or when I stabilize a creature with Spare the Dying, which I did to Rook last session, and I
but you
can't
didn't.
use this feature again until I finish a long rest.
But you didn't use it on Rook.
I did use Spare the Dying.
You did use Spare the Dying, but it does say you can give yourself Vitality, so that would have healed you, but you never used it then. So you chose not to use it at that point. It's still in your
cool.
reserve, so you could use it now.
I'll take it.
Alright, so go ahead and roll your D8 plus your con modifier to give you that sudden resurge back to the land of the living.
5 hit points down.
Alright, you are healed for... What's your con? Is it 2 or 3?
It's 2.
So you get
So I
5
have 5
hit
hit
points.
points.
Alright, 5 hit points. You come to, and you are now 20 feet up in the air, floating, and just looking down at the creature going... Good.
Turret of death!
What it was before, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Varkesh, it's your turn.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20. I will take the attack of opportunity when I move, and I will use the Rod of Ruling on the one poking Smokey.
Sadly, the Rod of Ruling has expended itself for the day.
Oh, what fucking use is that?
And it
I'm gonna
does
sell this
score a
thing.
25 hit on you.
Yeah, it gets it.
Alright, so you take 16 slashing damage.
Okay, that's not looking good for Varkesh.
Can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, bollocks. Constitution save. Okay. Bah! 10. Fail.
Sadly, you do fail, as you now are poisoned by the sickly coated blade. It is just a nasty weapon intended to make you feel ill and sick. It's doing its job.
Bollocks. Okay. Okie dokie, this isn't good.
But you still have your action and or bonus action.
I do. Shit. Do we know which direction we're running? By the way,
South right now.
Oh, south.
I just ran north, so. Hooray. Fuck me so close. I have no idea what the fuck to do because I thought the Rod of Ruling had more than one one punt to it. But never mind. Fuck, I can't do anything. Sacred flame. Great. Climb a tree. I'm going to sacred flame the one that was at the riverbank.
All right. So it makes a dex save against your spell DC. It rolls a 9. It fails.
It fails. Oh my god.
How much damage do you do?
I'm doing this now because the thing's just being a poop. 8. 8.
All right. 8. And as you sear it across its face with the sacred flame, it rears back as it just clutches its face and falls back into the water, dead.
I'll take it. I look at the Rod of Ruling, just throw it into the river. I don't really. Just to clarify, I do not.
You have a bonus
You're not
action.
going to yeet it into the water?
No. No, that's it.
All right. Okay, the one down. The others are going to go. It can't reach Valindra, so it's having a bit of a pickle. It can see that there's one trying to go for Smokey. I'm going to give it an intelligence check to see if it knows that Smokey did that. No clue. It doesn't know anything, so it's just going to see Varkesh kind of clunking a little closer and turn about face and go for him. So it turns to 12. Misses. Doesn't get a good strike on you, but for Smokey, this one's going to be at disadvantage as it tries to jump.
I'm 30 feet up.
You're 30 feet up, and he can...
How high can this thing jump?
Well...
They do have 10-foot reach, I
Well,
believe.
at the same time, you know what it's going to do, just because if you're a little too far away, it's going to start climbing after you. It's going to have one hand grip as it goes up and up.
Damn it.
Climb higher, Smokey!
And it's going to get closer to you. I'm going to see, it's going to give it an athletics check to see how well it performs.
Oh, god damn
Oh, it
it!
performs pretty well when it wants to get up there, so it starts to get a little higher, and it's going to try to swipe at you with disadvantage, because one hand is holding onto the trunk, the other one's just kind of doing this to see if it can strike at you.
Damn it!
Oh,
thank God.
13. Does that...
That's a miss.
All right. Lucky for you, cat stuck in a tree is a good thing. The other one doesn't know where Rook is, but it's just going to start swinging wildly. Very similar to an invisible target. It's going to strike with disadvantage to see if it can hit you. As it starts cutting into the foliage. 13.
That'll miss.
All right, you're able to easily just hunker down as it hedge trims above you, avoiding you completely. You are fine. Smokey, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm 30 feet up. How high is this current thing currently? Like 15?
It's pretty much right next to you right now. So if
Oh,
you're 30
really?
feet up, it's like 25 feet up.
Shit! Is it that fast? Okay.
It performed pretty good on its
I'm just
athletics.
imagining this cat having a panic attack. While
Oh, he is.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean, Smokey, can he take the dodge action in a tree?
Of course you can.
He's gonna do that.
All right, you take the dodge action, pretty much doing your best to make sure that nothing's going to hit you, even though
And
it has
I'll
disadvantage
move.
already to strike at you.
So what I'll do, I'll move. So I'll look at these trees and I'll try to investigate. I'm gonna try and look towards the tree where Valindra's is. So I'm gonna try and navigate myself towards like two strong branches that can be a possible leap. So
Okay.
I'll just situate myself for next round while dodging.
Sure. All right, so you just kind
That's
of
what I'm trying.
hunker down and you try to get yourself ready so that when it strikes and goes at you, you might use that opportunity to then do like a leap away sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you definitely get yourself ready to flee from one tree to the other. Rook, what do you want to do?
So bad.
Well, since Buddy Boy here is freaking the fuck out over here trying to hit me anyway, I'm just gonna shoot him from my stealth real quick.
All right.
See how this goes. So a 19 to hit.
hits. Yeah.
And it's gonna be a total of 31 points of damage total.
A nice 31 points, and you definitely get a nice sudden bolt that comes out of the foliage and embeds itself into its shoulder as it rears back a little bit and looks at it before it pulls it out and throws it back, taking its weapons in his hand again, ready to retaliate.
Then I'll bonus action disengage and move 30 feet away.
Okay, as you... the bird runs with his little birdie legs.
It's like watching a quail be flushed out of the bush.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Trying to fly, not working so well.
Four eyes.
Instinctively flapping his arms, trying to get away.
No, there's no flapping makes you go faster.
To go faster, yeah.
And also,
Sorry.
I think I actually use an action to move Valindra. That really
You
quick.
can move her up another 20 feet. Yes, you can.
I need to know if it's an action or a bonus action.
Not sure.
I think it's an action.
It might be a bonus action.
To 20 feet. You can change the target's altitude by 20 feet in another direction on your turn. I think it's just a free action, actually.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, it's just basically you kind of mentally going up and down.
Yeah, I'll move her up another 10 feet, so she's 30 feet up.
All right, 30 feet from the ground, as Valindra, you just kind of get this weird roller coaster ride of whoa, another 10 feet. As you can see Rook running, with the little weird flapping instead of Naruto arms. Screw that, it's birdie flaps that make it make you move fast. It's your turn, Valindra.
Okay, has this one in front of Varkesh been hit?
Not yet.
Jeez, okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Ooh.
Now he's dead.
The first one hits.
Yup.
As you're reorienting yourself, it just
Just breaststroking in the air, trying to fix herself around.
one definitely strikes, and you can definitely see 4 damage dealt to it. It looks like it's gonna... Oh no, it did take damage from before, so now it's taking the second one from you, because you hit it from behind.
Oh,
Hit that from behind.
okay.
Would you want to change
prefer
it to Toll the Dead?
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay,
Toll the
alright,
Dead.
you
if
can do
could.
Toll the Dead, yeah. Sorry, that was my bad.
Okay.
Alright, so it makes a wisdom save. And it rolls a natural
Hey.
1. No, so it
Hey.
takes the full 9 necrotic damage.
Ah,
You definitely clap your hands and ring this sound towards it as the cone reaches it and it starts to shake its core and cause it to lose its vitality. It looks weaker now than with the spell. Anything else?
No.
Alright, Varkesh.
Alright, seeing this creature running towards me, I'm just gonna spin 360 degrees and use my tail and just use inflict wounds to try and decapitate it.
Oh,
You still have spell slots?
I have 2 third level spell slots left.
Oh, shit.
oh, it's a 3rd level. Alright.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your melee attack towards it.
Yeah, let's hope this hits. Ooh, I can never ever find it. There it is.
Smokey has 3 first-level spell slots, y'all.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Bah.
Oh, that hits.
It's been a long day.
Please roll big
I'm
numbers,
down
big
to
numbers.
11 crossbow bolts.
Big numbers, big numbers.
Hey!
29. Very nice. You definitely...
His head off?
It is not enough to take his head off, but it is enough to, when it hits him, you can see that it starts to spread across his cheek. As you can see, part of his cheek muscle just deteriorate, leaving a nasty hole right there that you can see into the actual maw of the creature, and the
I'll
fur
take
is
it.
just degraded and fallen away. It's a nasty, terrible looking wound, making the creature look more horrifying at this time, but it's still standing, and it's clutching it as it looks back at you with more of a pained anger as it's ready to retaliate.
Wasn't Varkesh poisoned?
Yes, he was, so it would be with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, so 13.
13, that still hits.
Oh, thank God.
shit.
God.
Right.
Motherfucker! I was about to digitize myself and jump down and choke you for fucking mentioning that.
I'm sorry.
Stop playing fair!
As the cat just climbs up, I'm sorry, let me get farther away when I say this. But yeah, you still definitely do the damage as the creature is very much in pain from that. You have a bonus action and movement.
I don't want to afford to take a second hit, so I will stay and brace for impact.
Alright, bracing for impact as it also goes and swings at you. It rolls a 21.
It fails.
Oh,
Yes.
well, it just gets really close, but you raise your shield up just in time to deflect the blow with a very ding noticeable sound as the rest of the party sees you barely keep it away as the other one tries to go up to Smokey and is looking to see if he can get the cat before it flees.
Oh god, this can kill two of us.
Tries to get the cat with 14. Alright, sadly it does not get a good score on the cat, but the other one is going to race towards Rook as it just runs in a bit more of an angered motion. It closes the gap and brings it down.
Oh.
With a 14. So that misses. Lucky for you, you're able to nimbly dodge out of the way, rolling off to the side, avoiding the strike. It is Smokey's turn.
Okay. So is this thing right on top of me at this point?
It is pretty much right below you. I mean, it's like you're basically 2 squares at the same.
Okay. Is it wearing any type of armor?
You can tell that it's actually not wearing any armor. It seems to all be natural hide on these creatures.
Damn it. Okay. I will...
You wanted to heat metal, didn't you?
No, I was going to shock and grasp. But I will instead disengage. As far as, like, dropping from the tree, as far as like climbing, what do you say for movement for that? Is it normal movement if I'm dropping down, or what?
If
What do
you
you
drop,
think?
it's no movement, but you will be making an acrobatics check to see how well you land.
I'm pretty good at that.
Okay, so you can definitely fall from the tree.
Yeah, controlled fall.
Controlled fall, sure. I mean, make an
Acrobatics.
acrobatics check. That's a pretty
27.
good controlled fall as you land like a cat on all fours with a bit of a brace so you don't break your legs or hurt too much, but it's definitely one of those where it's like, oh, I'm gonna feel it in the morning, but you're
Yep.
alright.
And
Is this
so
happens
I'm
up?
beeline agility 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Actually, no, further. Can I get further down? I will. I will get further down, like over here.
Alright, okay. Keeping a good distance as you
I'm
can.
gone.
As you book it.
Bye.
Just see you, nerds.
No, I'm not running. I'm just getting safe distance. Tactical retreat.
So yeah, you definitely get the fuck out of Dodge, running as your legs can carry you. Rook, what do you want to do?
I'll try to gather up this one's weak points again with insightful fighting.
Sure.
45, 50, 55.
12. I am rolling real poorly right now, boys.
No, sadly, you're just more alarmed and glad that you dodged, and you're just not really thinking, and you can't really discern a great weak point. You're just like, everywhere looks good, nowhere looks particularly amazing.
Alright, well, that being the case, since I can't really get a good beat on him there, I see Varkesh is in combat with this one, and am I able to see them both clearly?
Yeah.
Sweet, so I'll just shoot at the one Varkesh is fighting then.
Alright, go ahead and fire away.
Alrighty. 23 to hit,
That hits.
for a total of 27 points of damage.
Ooh, 27, and as you do, you aim your crossbow and you fire it. As it does, it embeds underneath its ribcage as you see it just... it goes around.
Hey.
Look at my tail and go, it did that. That's amazing. Not knowing at all, Rook was the one who stole it from under me.
And you just move, Rook, or are you staying there?
Nope, I'm staying there.
Alright.
I'm not giving an attack of opportunity, that's a terrible idea.
Valindra, what do you want to do?
Has this one?
At this time, did you want your little fennec fox Winnie to have come back closer at all?
Yeah, he'd be closer.
Okay, within 100?
Yeah, within 100 by this point. If he was 120.
Yeah.
Has this one been hit?
That one has not been hit.
I'll Eldritch Blast him.
The one near Rook has been.
I'll go for the one that's trying to kill Smokey.
That hits.
Two
Both
hits.
of them hit.
Both of them?
They both hit.
Ooh!
Their AC is shit.
Hey!
Ooh, 19 points of damage. That is nice, as you definitely get 2 good scores right on the back of its head, giving it a nasty concussion. As you can see, it just goes forward. It's still in the tree, by the way. It's still a good feet up, and that's a good damage. I'm just going to say, for sakes and purposes, we're going to give it a bit of a strength saving throw to see if it can stay in the tree.
Yeah.
Alright, it does. It's a DC of 10, just for fun flavor. So it does keep it so it kind of has to re-grip and just hold tight as it's using its sword arm to kind of hold onto the trunk, but that was a nasty strike you gave it. Alright, Varkesh.
Okay, seeing as I believe my tail had dispatched this foul beastie, I'm going to go up to the one near Rook, and I'm going to run like a freight train, and I'm just going to one punch it straight in the face and inflict wounds again.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack as you punch it.
Come on. Actually, no, I'm 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, I'm going to do the flank instead.
Alright, doing a bit of like a curve around as you bring a large left hook.
Nope. Let's around the side. Oh my god, please, for the love of Christ, crit or something.
Well, it doesn't crit. It was close, but that does hit.
Okay, well, as long as it hits, that's all that matters.
Well, you get advantage because you're flanking with Rook.
So long as it hits.
It does hit.
Big money! Okay, that's
Not bad.
22, not bad at all. You can definitely see that this creature is very weak now. Very, very weak. It has little life left to it as you strike it hard, and again, once more, deteriorate its cheek as the entire necrotic energy spreads almost to half of the face, and you can see skull protruding right here on the brow. It looks really weakened, and it is starting to kind of stand with a bit of a daze. It's barely up, and it's going to turn and push you away, trying to get you out of it. It's just got what little it can to strike at you, because you're the one who just now suddenly came out of nowhere. 17.
Yes.
It doesn't do anything, sadly, as you make it break across your armor. The other one is going to look at all of its comrades. I'm going to give it a wisdom check.
Puss out check.
Okay. It's going to climb down. It's going to it's going to fall down, so I'm going to give it an acrobatics check to see if it can land nicely. Oh no, it loses half its movement as it kind of hurts its legs a little bit, but it doesn't like being here, so you can see it starts to retreat. So it uses half its movement there, and then the rest it dashes.
Fuck no.
All the way over there. It is a running. And now it is a Smokey's turn.
Alright, seeing this happen, I will move 5, because I think it's more than 60 feet away from me. Just do a quick little measurement. 65. See what I have to move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that'll be my movement, and I will go ahead and do Produce Flame on the one that is running.
Alright, go ahead and throw your fiery hairball.
Produce Flame is that one. That's a 20.
That's a successful lob as it strikes on its back, and it does 8 damage to the creature. It looks like it's hurt, as you can see that the burning kind of hairball just starts to singe its back, and you can see muscles starting to expose itself past the fur.
And I'll just yell at Valindra, do you want to go higher?
Not particularly.
Okay, you're good. And I don't raise for any higher.
Valindra just kind of like floating slowly in the car.
And a little bit of a
Every time I Eldritch Blast, I
yeah, it's like, oh, another flip.
That is my
Warlocks
turn.
in space. As we got this with Valindra.
Yes.
Rook, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this one here real quick, being that we're right next to it.
Yeah.
Advantage,
That
26.
hits.
A lot.
More than enough. As you get that one
30.
bolt, you just bring it right to its head, and you see it go through its good eye and out, and just popping it out, leaving it this kind of half-skulled face as it collapses right in front of you.
Varkesh, we have a runner, and I'll run to keep up with it here. For
As
30.
he book budgies past me, I'm like, what?
And bonus action and Sable Fighting on this one. Maybe actually make it work this time. That'd be nice.
Right, okay.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, you do a very good job of seeing that this creature's back is well exposed, and that's what you're missing this entire time, getting it from behind. Rogue's bread and butter. You're ready to go at it
I'm a
next
rogue.
time.
Rogues do it from behind.
Yeah. Valindra, you see Rook is getting behind the creature. You're
Don't
kind
be
of at a
smacked.
good vantage point higher up. You can get a nice shot if you want to.
Yeah. Eldritch Blast treated me right last time, so I'm gonna Eldritch Blast again.
Hit.
Ooh.
Near
nice.
crits,
Oh.
but... Oh. They definitely strike, but it's more of like a beep, beep of Eldritch energy. It's
Oh.
God.
Cool. Great. Awesome. Love that. Awesome. Love that for me. Great.
It's amazing.
It's very on brand.
Yeah. Thanks.
Varkesh, what do you want to do?
I will avenge Valindra's poor damage output and run and smash. Wait, would that be a drop on the other side?
No, it's not a drop. It's just the grass has ended and you can see more of the bank.
Could I flank?
Yeah, you can flank. Absolutely.
Okay. Then with the flank, I am then going to use my mace, which I do not use very often. But now, given that circumstances have changed, I'm going to smash it.
All right.
Bah! 17.
It hits.
Bah!
And you
And
do
1d8 fire damage.
Yes.
3.
8 damage, nice. You can definitely get a nice solid thunk on it as it singes and gives the holy divine fire a chance to burn across its fur.
Oh, bollocks. I should have actually just tried to grapple it.
And it's going to use its action to disengage and run an additional 30 feet as it's running in terror right now, just kind of trying to get away. Smokey.
Yep.
Smokey will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we'll try to produce flame on this guy.
Alright, go ahead and lob another one.
No, that was shocking grass. Flame. There we
It
go.
hits.
And 5.
Damage, nice. Again, it's a nice solid piece of damage. It is not down yet, but it is definitely hurting bad.
Yep. And yeah, I'll keep Valindra up for now.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and repeat my general plan of action so far and shoot at him again.
Okay.
Sake of flavor matching up with what we know for its sneak attack, I will shoot first, then move.
Yep, you kind of make your aim as you make your motion and then fire a shot at it and you score a natural 20. Yes.
There we go.
That definitely hits.
Holy fuck! 46 plus 14 is 59 plus 11 is 70 points of damage total.
So you, as you're running, you just kind of do this pause, aim, and you feel like you get the perfect shot and you launch it as it spirals. How do you want to do this?
Well, as it launches, so as I'm running forward, I go ahead and pull up the hand crossbow, take a quick aim towards the base of the back of its head, and fire, aiming to go straight through the base of the skull, out the front.
Alright, so you're kind of getting right up to the creature before you fire away.
Yes.
Dashing as you do, the very quick, nimble rogue makes his way towards the creature, getting right up to it as you press it nearly against its skull, and you launch it as it goes right through the back, breaking the spine and protruding out of the skull as you leave a nasty opening in the front for it to just collapse onto, bleeding out as it just starts to dirty the water with its red blood.
70 damage.
70 damage.
And then Kayla's 2.
That's your 2 damage.
Same level. Same level.
I already did it.
But yes, you are successful in eliminating this patrol that does seem to have caught your scent, but is now eliminated. You do know that there are potentially maybe anywhere between 20 to 26 more of them still somewhere in the
Oh
forest.
my god!
Oh no. Not doing this.
Knowing my spells, if I use message and I specifically do it towards our elf friend, it won't. If it hits someone else, it won't affect them, right? So if I do just like a message, just like, "Hey, are you there? Are you there? Are you there?"
And getting a random person going, what?
Who dis?
New phone, who dis?
You would have to know the target specifically. So yeah, it would have to be someone you're familiar with, because you're kind of like tuning into their frequency. So it's their telepathy, their mind, their brainwave. But no, it wouldn't. If you just threw it out, you wouldn't hit someone up's an enemy.
Okay, I'm gonna say we need to start running, and then I'll immediately start casting message to try and say like our location to our elven friend.
Okay, just constantly throwing out whisper messages wherever you can, left, right, and center, as all of you start fleeing, using the river to guide you towards Bylock.
Well, while I'm still up high, can I see anyone?
Make a perception check with advantage.
That's true.
Perception 16.
You look around and you can see that the path towards the lock is clear. No patrols are nearby. You look behind you and you can see that there is some rustling, birds getting moved as they are being forcefully removed from their homes as the disturbance is kind of making its way around the forest. You can see that the closest to the lock was this patrol group, and the rest are still spread out in almost like a circle search. You don't know how close or how far they are, but they're somewhere there.
Smokey, get me down.
I drop concentration and so automatically lowers her safely.
Yeah, I was going to say, she just...
Okay, we gotta just charge towards the lock. They're all behind us. I saw them. Okay, we gotta go.
Okay, right. Smokey, just go.
I'm out.
Smokey's out.
Yeah. Fuck this shit, you all out. And you run as fast as you can, breaking through foliage, not caring for stealth, and just booking it. Varkesh, are you also doing the book it?
Of course I am.
Alright. You all book it as hard as you can, getting as far away from this blood and carnage that you had done before, as you finally make your way out towards Bylock. You can see right in front of you the vast open waters and the city in the distance, and Varkesh, with a bit of, remembrance of where you parked the steamboat, you kind of get a good bearing of where you're at, look in that direction, and you can see the foliage, the camouflage cover that was put across it, and you know where to get to it.
Steamboat Winnie, ahoy!
But yes, you definitely make your way back towards the steamboat as you get yourselves hunkered down in there, and start it going as you make your way all the way across the lock, back towards the safety of Bylock.
Well, that's...
So that was a lot.
Yes.
I
Accomplished a goal. At least Medusa is dead. Varkesh, can you tell our benefactor wizard friend?
Oh, you mean the message? I can't do that now. I have no ability to do so.
I see. Well, I do suppose he will have to wait for an update until tomorrow, but he will not be happy when he sees the remains of the workshop.
I mean, he'll be happy once he knows we have the Medusa.
Mm-hmm. Hey, who wants a drink? I feel like drinking. I feel like drinking a lot.
Rook. I'm just like laying on the ground, by the way, and I'm just like.
Valindra?
I like grab his face. I'm gonna start examining him because I did use spare the dying on him, and I am worried that something's gonna happen again.
Odd.
Make an insight check.
I'm too bewildered to respond, really.
24.
So, apart from him being absolutely just fatigued and lost a lot of what looks to be his own energies and reserves, he just looks more or less physically drained. He doesn't look like he is tainted or corrupted by some kind of outside force. He just seems like a tired, very plum-tuckered out bird.
If something happens, like before, I cast a spell on you to keep you from dying. If something happens, just let me know this time, please.
I was waiting for her to say, and now you're mine.
Well, yes, I do believe I've learned my lesson as far as that goes.
Just gonna pat the side of his birdie face and pass out.
Okay. You can absolutely take a bit of a short rest as you make your way across the lock towards the city.
Yep. I only have 4 hit dice left, but those are all happening right now.
Yeah, good plan. I only have 2.
Varkesh, I'm assuming that you're going to be steering the ship?
Yeah.
Alright. You're steering the ship as you make your proclamation of getting a large, tall drink back at the, I'm assuming you would want to have it at the Golden Lily or anywhere else.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh my
that's
gosh. 112.
And that's it.
Alright. You all make your way across the lake, back towards the city, getting yourself situated to park the boat on the docks. Smokey, please make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, you know what? She knows where we are. I don't care. 7!
Okay.
Well, you said you didn't care.
I don't care!
You seem
There could never
fine.
be a better time for her to target us, either, from her perspective.
Hoping she retreated since she didn't have any backup. She retreated back to the Jinsen.
But yes, you make your way onto the docks, parking the boat, getting yourself situated to make your way back towards the Golden Lily, walking a little bit more slowly, making sure to be careful of your step to not open any wounds or to press down on too many sores as you wind your way between the buildings towards the keep, and right there in front you can see the warm, welcoming embrace of the Golden Lily, open for all of you to come in. And as you enter, with a bit of relief, it is suddenly stopped, and you now just get to another level of stress and sheer irritation as you see a familiar figure standing there, looking around, and then spotting you. As you notice, Lulu has her arms crossed, foot tapping on the wood floor, as she gives a bit of a cold stare and a bit of a smile, going, "Darlings,
Devil Lady, this is not a good time.
waiting for you."
Valindra, covered in blood. Because I went down twice in one day. So covered in blood, just walk past her, pat her on the back, and go up to my room. I'm not dealing with her right now. I can't.
Okay. She looks at you and goes, "Oh, I see you've all had a bit of fun while I was gone."
I don't know that I would consider nearly dying fun.
And just exactly what were you nearly dying for? I'm quite curious to know.
That's a good question.
Brooke and I are cursed.
Actually,
Kesher curse.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it!
Locked in,
This
buddy.
happens every session! Barkesh and I are cursed!
Yes, we are.
That doesn't sound good.
No. There's a
Interesting.
giant
The things
zombie
that happen to
monster.
adventurers when they adventure, isn't it?
Indeed,
There's a
you
giant-
adventured to find a curse that is now attracting a creature to attack you?
Well, we had to recover our funds somehow, since you didn't want to do your job and find us paying positions.
Oh, I
yourself.
found you plenty of work, and I was waiting for you to return. You were supposed to arrive at Alniel a week ago. You promised to deliver the steamboat back to our mutual acquaintance. As you can see,
Gonna
there's
look
a bit of
around.
history with her.
Did one of you tell her about that? I don't recall making any mention of this.
Darling, do you think I don't have eyes and ears everywhere? I knew exactly where you were going and what you were doing.
That's scary.
Not to mention, there's little that you can do without word spreading around like wildfire with a large blue dragonborn and a few other nefarious individuals.
Call me that. I just
Maybe-
stomp off.
That's a touchy subject right now. We can get into that later.
It's not been a good day.
I take it then you all could do with some rest.
Very, very much.
Very well. I shall expect to see you all in the morning, then.
I'm staying here drinking.
We're not fit to travel anywhere tonight. We'll probably be killed.
Indeed. And don't get any ideas about leaving without telling me. I'll know.
Miss
Good night.
Miss Lulu, if you want, I can give you an explanation on what's been happening.
Well, by all means, darling, if it's not too much of a strain for you, I'm all ears.
Debrief the devil lady.
And so Smokey will give her a rundown of, first of all, his family, because she doesn't know anything about that.
No, not a clue about that now.
And
Rourke's hanging out and listening too, since he was absent for a while.
yeah, he'll do hit points. His family. He'll talk about Bone Ghoul and how it is set to revamp in, I think, tomorrow. And the shelter, or the temple of the twin goddesses of Dawn and Dusk. And he won't tell about Varkesh's dad, because that's personal. He'll say that they came across a giant monster that almost killed them, but they just were able to get away. But the temple is now buried.
Right. Okay, so as you're doing this, this is a bit of a story to tell. Varkesh, you're going to get a drink, you said?
Oh, I'm drinking till my liver shuts
All right,
down.
well, you're easily able to get Bit or Bat,
So
one
till
of the
death.
two, to get you any amount of alcohol that you could
Well,
desire.
I don't know anymore, because apparently I'm not the thing I was meant to be. So I could have 6 livers.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can get, it's down to you on how much. You can get, like, some cheap stuff, some moderately priced, or some really expensive shit.
I'm gonna buy the most rot-guttingest, body-destroying liquor ever.
Okay, alright, getting yourself...
Table varnish. I'll drink table varnish if they have it.
Alright, with the intent of wanting to just get this day done and over with and letting yourself fall to the sweet bliss of unconscious, drunken haze, you get the best that you can get. It's going to be about, for you, let's just say for the first round, starting off with this whole storytelling going on, it's going to be 5 gold, and that's going to get you pretty much to the point where you're going to start to feel the plastered state.
I'm 8 foot tall, 600 pounds, and you're saying it takes me 5 measly beers?
5 gold worth of very large, heavy, expensive, and strong alcohol. It is,
Fair enough.
it
I'll
is
take
almost an equivalent of taking hard... It's almost like a version of very noticeable whiskey and maybe
I
scotch.
mixed in my
but
drink.
It's like each time given to you, it's a tall tankard. It's renowned for getting dwarves to fall unconscious. It's a potent substance. But
That's fine.
I want you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, as you are chugging this down, as Smokey is regaling the story. Alright, you seem fine for the first 5 gold round, and you spend another 5 gold to keep it coming. It's like a continuous thing, as Smokey starts to wrap up the story and you continue to chug and finish off your second round. Lulu looks at you very intrigued as every piece of detail she starts to slowly take in and process, and becomes interested in some details a little bit more than others, but as you finally finish, she does look at all 3 of you, a little concerned at Varkesh polishing away so much alcohol, but not wanting to question his motives. She just looks at each of you. Well, and I take it Miss Valindra upstairs had to retire for the evening because it's a bit more strenuous for us fair sexes, yes? Is it?
Oh!
I
Sure.
or that she finds you intolerable.
Duh.
Well,
Oh, when he said
Just-
that.
Right out there, Rook. Nice. I raise my glass. You're a braver bird than me.
well, your opinion is well taken.
No, it's not my opinion. I think you're fine. But Valindra finds you intolerable.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you for sharing that. I will try to remedy this situation between her and I. Maybe a girls' night out is in order.
What have you done?
What needed to be done?
I should have died in that fight. I regret it.
Valindra, at this time, I'm assuming you went to kind of retreat, recover, and just like lay in the bed completely.
Is there like a water basin in my room?
Oh yes, absolutely.
I just kind of like sponge myself off, and then I just like take off all my armor, so I'm just in clothes, and I crawl under my bed sheets and I snuggle with Winnie, and I just pass out.
Yeah, nothing more self-soothing and assuring than having your little teddy bear of Winnie cuddling right into you, and just that little assurance of a cold nose and a little lick here and there, just to kind of make sure that you're safe and home.
Okay. And I would note, shit, this happened too quickly. Once I finish my story, I want to go over to Farkesh because I want to ask him, hey, Best Blue.
Yeah.
Make another con saving throw, by the way, Varkesh. This is you finishing 10 drinks now.
Oh, I'll hold off the yeah to see if I'm drunk or not. Oh dear.
You're quite inebriated, and at this moment, if you continue, you could pass out, completely black.
I will. So I'm pretty much plastered at the moment, right?
Oh yes, plastered is one word for it.
Okay, so I just, as soon as he gets close, my tail just lifts and drags him in, and I pull him in for a hug. I'm like, well, yes. What do you want?
Well, shit. I was gonna ask you to write me a scroll, but I don't think now is a good time.
No. I could. You want what now?
Well, I gave away my little how-to sending to our elven wizard friend, and I really need the spell.
Okay. Just
Damn it.
what is it that I need? I need paper and ink.
I give him a napkin and a quill and ink.
Okay.
I just like hold his face. You know me so well. And then I start writing down just a random spell because I don't know what he wants.
Yeah.
I'm just writing down some gibberish that ends up being a hate letter to my dad.
It's an interesting little display. As you can see, he's woven in the words to kind of match with a bit of a magical kind of assembly of runes and sigils mixed in with hates and questionable word usage here and there and a little bit of illegibility.
Complete hate for my dad.
And it kind of almost looks a little bit like a monkey. I mean, he's done a pretty good job at making a doodle drawing with it as well.
Oh no, there's doodles, scribbling and etching shit on the side. All of it.
This spell is entitled Daddy Issues.
Yep. Ask on anyone, they'll have daddy issues. And I just pick it up and I'm like,
yeah.
It's got a few teardrop stains, so the napkin may rip. And I'm like, here you go.
Oh, Rakesh, this is perfect. Thank you so much.
Anything for you. Because you're so fluffy.
Can I do a medicine check to see how in danger Varkesh is?
Insight check for that, actually.
I am a member of the church of the first one. I could hold me liquor, which apparently can't.
I mean, he's fine for the most part. He looks quite drunk.
Turned green yet? Have I turned green?
Well, no, green and blue would just make you kind of like a Celadon in color, but no, he's not discolored at all. He's just...
That sounds cool.
He's just...
All right. Okay, so this... I had an idea, but this won't work anymore.
I poured my heart and soul into that spell.
Oh no, it's not your fault. It's my fault. It's my fault.
Nothing's your fault.
You're
a cat. You blame everything on anyone else because that's what felines do.
Is that what felines do? I've never actually met another tabaxi before.
Never have I. But you're so chubby and fluffy.
I thought you used to travel with one?
Yes. He didn't count. He was too small. Too small. It was like having a pug that pretended to be a cat. It just didn't work.
Alright. Okay.
Somewhere in the audience, Kyle is weeping.
Yeah, right.
He abandoned me too.
Alright, Smokey's gonna go into cuddle mode for Varkesh.
Okay.
Just
Climb up. I'm actually gonna just climb up onto the table and just hold him, knocking over people's food, just This is my bed. Leave.
Hey. Yeah.
I go down with the cat right on top of the dining table.
Smokey's just comforting, stroking his head, just trying to keep him calm.
It's a very weird looking sight, as you can see a slightly small 5 foot something with a
5'6".
Yeah, so it's a good 3 foot difference. It's very tiny. I mean, it's like you're barely able to reach with your hand going up there, just barely touching it.
I wouldn't imagine caressing a reptile would be that pleasant anyway.
No.
I mean, if you had a pet iguana, we all know what it's like now. So
I have no iguana. I don't know what I have anymore. Anyway, let's continue.
Yes.
That's probably the end of Smokey's night.
Yeah, and Lulu just kind of looks at you all a little bit curious and kind of thinking, I think perhaps you should all retire and get some well-deserved rest, darlings. Especially Varkesh there. I can trust you can take him to his room safely.
We'll
What?
to find a way.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, I will be no
Smokey.
help to you in this.
Smokey, could you perhaps make him float like you did with Valindra?
Nope.
No.
Oh no.
I am going to have to
Uh,
sunglasses in the morning.
I can make him sleep more. That's all I have.
Lovely.
If we took a short rest, I could poof him, but
You did take a short
Already
rest.
went to
I
bed.
took a
It's the
short rest
whole
when
hit
I was
dice
asleep,
roll.
y'all.
Actually, do you know where Valindra's room is? It's been about enough time. I could
We
go
all
to her.
we all
You all
share
share
a
the same room.
Oh, we all share the same room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've forgotten that. I look to Lulu. We'll figure it out. Smokey, I'm going to go get Valindra.
Okay.
Careful, she might throw a pillow at you. Belinda, we need your help. Get out!
Sweet and knock politely on the door.
I mean, you have the key, but yeah, you definitely knock.
I'm still knocking politely on the door.
You knock.
What?
Open the door, poke my head in. Could you help us get Varkesh up here?
Can't Smokey just levitate him like he did me before?
I had the same thought, but apparently not.
Lulu gone.
I kind of lean back and look to see if Lulu's still in the main area.
Lulu did say for you to handle it, and she does seem to have been making her way to leave at that point, so she would have been mid-motion of leaving and saying goodnight to each of the ones that's remained.
She's on her way out.
I get up. I put Pat downstairs.
Okay.
Grab Varkesh's horn, and I dimension door back to the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Dimension
Smokey
door
is left
onto
there in this kind of
Varkesh's
weird
bed.
state, you just hit the floor. Well, you hit the bar a little bit as you were kind of a little lifted.
Yeah.
And then I let go of his horn, and I crawl back in bed.
I imagine Smokey was somehow the big spoon. Somehow.
I feel like that's the version of a cat crawling on top of a human's shoulder or head and trying to make a nestling point.
We are making biscuits on Varkesh's head.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, you try to do it, but I mean, size makes it defaulted. But either way, Varkesh, you are comfy and settled into a nice warm bed, and you do feel that lethargy slowly take you as you want to fall asleep. As
Or
the rest-
alcohol poisoning.
Well, you're not that far yet. But Valindra, you are able to retire to your bed as Smokey and Rook are able to join you in the room and each take their own positions and sleep within the room all together, safe and sound, as the evening progresses in a peaceful slumber. Except,
Smokey,
Yeah.
yeah,
Smokey will make sure that Winnie is on guard duty.
Yeah. Winnie's cuddling Valindra, but he's like poking his head out.
I'm
so
looking
he
around.
can
That's
watch
fine. That's fine. So Winnie does his best to protect the party as they sleep, and all of you are quite happy to get a good night's rest. Varkesh, it is not exactly a peaceful slumber for you at this point,
Well, what's Valindra done to me?
and
Has
as
her
you
teleportation now cursed my soul?
as you slumber and feel yourself just drift into this slowly unconscious state, the world around you begins to change.
Shit.
And you suddenly feel yourself enveloped in a warm light.
Am I
And
on
the
fire?
world around you is slowly covered with this gold essence.
I'm hearing music. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh no, what's this?
I have come to you in your hour of need, with his grace and virtue.
What is
His
this?
champion shall not endure this alone. Do not despair. Open yourself to my warming light. Your plight has not gone unnoticed, nor the valor of your actions. I come with his blessings to give to you. Though your father's nature is undeniable, it cannot be shunned. Embrace your heritage, Varkesh. Do not fear its ire, for you are empowered with his divine grace.
And you see a radiant golden canary fly towards you as it begins to radiate this light, and a silhouette of a golden dragon begins to fill your vision as you feel it brace you close to it.
Keep your faith and your resolve. Your deeds far surpass your bloodline's malice. Take his in your hand and continue to do his wonders. For he shall always be with you.
And you feel it slowly drift away from you as the warm light keeps to your core, and you feel a sense of love and devotion return to you as you find yourself drifting back to a beautiful slumber.
What was that?
It's your other daddy dragon.
That was Hans Zimmer, bitch.
That was really fucking good.
that was good.
That was awesome.
I love
Really?
the canary form reference. So good.
Did you do that?
I had help from one of our amazing fans here who has been phenomenal in this effort, and that is Tamarick Peleus. And he was helpful and pinnacle in creating the voice for your divine intervention, as you had a what you would call a prophet or a lesser follower of your deity.
Oh my
No.
god.
I have to
Give Eric a round of applause.
to applaud. What an amazing job that was.
Oh, that was amazing.
Kudos to you for doing the voice, by the way. That took me back and a half, seriously.
That was so
Awesome
cool.
Yeah.
And you used one of my favorite soundtracks.
Yes. So
I thought I
Tamarick-
was in the movie Casper there for a second.
not that one, but yes. So, Varkesh,
That was awesome.
during
Go on.
during that message at that time, when you were being encompassed by this warm light, you felt somewhere in your core something begin to stir, and it was a conflicting force of energy. And at first, you had a bit more of a hesitation, but now, with this blessing put upon you, you feel empowered now. And suddenly, when you awaken the next morning, you feel that your strength could rival more or less that of your father's. You actually feel like you have taken some part of him. His essence has now become slowly cultivated and has begun to grow and bloom with the guidance and control of your faith.
Okay.
Later
Do
on,
I get another audio loop from the amazing guy who did? No.
well, you'll be able to hear it again later on, of course, as we have this uploaded later. But luckily for
great.
you, you have what appears to be some gift granted to you, and you'll begin to learn the nature of it. But at the moment, you just feel strengthened and better, as your allies also feel very relieved and happy to have slept peacefully the entire night, health restored to full, and spell slots also returned to maximum, as you have passed the evening successfully without any interruption or troublesome meddling by outside forces. Lucky for you.
I just have to say again, epic applause for him, because that was...
Yeah, many thanks to Terry. That was the MVP. He was just great in that.
Amazing.
But yes, so you all wake up the next day, refreshed and ready to tackle whatever you'd like. What do you want to do?
Wake up, look around.
Yeah, I mean, we do that.
Just glance around the room at everybody around.
Probably the thing that wakes you guys up is Smokey talking to his book. As Smokey will wake up early and start trying to talk to Grandpappy.
Okay. Yep. In the morning, you wake up and as you study and prepare your spells for the day, you give a moment to talk to your Grandpappy. As you slowly stir him awake, he just comes back to you, the voice in your head going, "Yes, grandson, I hear you."
Yep, I'm glad that connection's loud and clear. We recently ran into an ancient blue dragon. And so, since our general area is all about the big blue, I was wondering if you'd ever heard of an ancient blue dragon called Urtak?
That does not sound like a dragon name to me. Are you sure that is his name?
It's the name he goes by.
It could be an alias, but I am not very familiar with that particular one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you with that.
Well, remind me. When you were still alive, were the dragons, the head dragons, were they falling asleep, or was that before your time?
Oh, yes, we are very much aware of the hibernative state that occurs to all the great worms across the land. We were concerned with it, but we found a way to allow it to not weaken the blue dragon flight.
Yeah, when want those blue dragons to be weakened at all. Were there any other ancient blue dragons aside from the great worms that were kind of
Oh, yes, there were many of the great ancient blue worms that lived in the Jinsen Desert.
There were?
Oh,
Okay.
there could be at least 100 or so that I could come to my mind. But that, of course, was hundreds of years ago for you. How often have you seen the blue dragons? You lived in Jinsen, did you not?
I mean, briefly, I was kind of a very sheltered environment. I mean, I wasn't really something that the family was proud of.
Huh?
So I wasn't
you never experienced the processions of the blue dragons across the province, did you? Well,
Nah, I never really had a coming out cotillion or whatever it is that the family does. So I just had my first experience.
Suddenly, Rook and Varkesh's overtures of smoke, you're gaining an air of legitimacy.
which, by the way, of course, all you people are hearing him talk,
Just
by
look
the
at
way.
Rogan.
So just had my first ancient blue dragon experience. It wasn't. He attacked us.
Oh, did you do something to provoke him?
Oh, well, I mean, apparently we have his son in our number, and they have issues.
You are
So-
befriending of one of his sons, and he still attacked you? That is a very peculiar thing.
Oh, yeah. This one, from what we can tell, this one's very ambitious and wants, the whole world domination thing.
That sounds like most of the Blue Dragon flight.
Yeah, that's fair.
This
This-
particular dragon you mentioned, is he working alone? Is he working in the Jinsen Desert?
Apparently, that's where he's centered, but he's branching out into Florin. And he apparently is pretty well established. He was he's not afraid to make contacts with, other creatures. One of his generals was a Medusa. He had contacts with a couple of hags. He was looking into a necromancer. He was branching out all over the place.
That is very curious. Grandson, they do not leave the Jinsin Desert. All blue dragons prefer to stay in the desert. If it is no longer in the desert, it could be because he was banished or exiled. If you have an exiled blue dragon going throughout the other parts of the world looking for support or minions, he could be trying to amass an army.
Great.
So if we were to narrow down those hundreds of ancient blue dragons down to the ones that were banished, could you give me maybe a handful of names?
None were banished during my lifetime.
How about before your lifetime?
Oh, no, there were none that were banished before my lifetime. There could be scrolls of those, but I would have not had access to this, nor would it have been concerned for me. I would be more focused on my studies and serving
why
my
would you
one
care?
I just imagine he's holding this book having a panic attack.
So Varkesh has daddy issues. Is Smokey trying to one up him with the granddaddy issues?
So, where would these scrolls of history be kept?
Oh, they would be kept located anywhere within any of the oases in the Jinsin Desert. You should be able to find a plethora of them for each of the dragon families to keep for their own personal records.
Okay.
But if this was recent, I'm sure anyone who is familiar with the courts of the Blue Dragonflight, they could tell you who was recently banished.
Yep. So glad I'm on such good terms with my family.
Well, not to, tell you what to do necessarily, grandson, but if you have means to perhaps send a message back to your grandmama, you might be able to ask her, and she could tell you.
Yeah, that's kind of the path I was going towards. It had a little bit of a hiccup last night, but, we're going to try and keep moving forward.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Can you?
I mean, how do you feel about... I mean, you know what? No. Smokey would realize that this would be a bad question and say, no, you've been super helpful. Thanks, Grandpappy.
Anytime for my grandson.
Oh.
And close.
All right.
I'm going to go over to Varkesh. Is he awake?
Well, everyone's awake and they're all staring at you as you had this one-way conversation in the room.
Okay.
So, coming out?
I mean, we're all for it. We will not judge. We will support you.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, if you... We're here to support you if you need help.
I know. It's just sort of a presentation to society, just saying, like, you're going from an adolescent to, like, now you're open for courting and arranged marriages and that sort of thing. What did you guys think it was?
Look at Varkesh, look at Smokey. Well, no, about that.
It's okay. I mean, it's fine. We still love you. Not like my daddy ever told me he loved me. But we'll say
Speaking of
what?
Varkesh's, your dad.
Yes. I feel very energized, by the way.
Right? I mean, you had no idea he was the blue dragon.
I had not a clue. My mother always told me that... Actually, matter of fact, she never told me really anything about him, except for that he was a Goliath.
To
be quite honest, I got a pretty good look at him before he changed forms, and even I couldn't tell that he was something else. I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't tell what.
I was just wanting to kill him. But Wow, I feel great. I feel really energized. Did someone inject me with caffeine when I was sleeping? Because this is great. I feel full of energy today.
No, and for that matter, you really hit the bottle pretty hard last night. Are you sure you're feeling okay?
I mean, I feel great.
Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no! It all comes crashing down.
I just start deflating and go, nope. Prevention. Oh, 11.
Okay, as you say that, no, I feel fine. With a little bit of a belch you do, suddenly the core inside your body changes and it surges up through your throat. And instead, as you talk to Rook, I need Rook to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, alright.
Oh no!
Why? Why does he have to make it?
25.
Oh, he succeeds, and with the Rook's evasion, he's able to dodge out of the way. But as you do that, a lightning bolt shoots out of your mouth and goes straight towards the wall as it zaps and makes a large hole. And you can see that there's a hole with a singed piece of wood around its perimeter, leading into the next room. As you can see, a startled face looking over, going, "Oh."
I'm so sorry.
I will cast sleep on that individual.
Oh.
You saw that thing.
Okay. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think if it's just a commoner, it's probably going to succeed.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Did I almost accidentally microwave our bird?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now that's the thing. Apparently, I could do that now.
And that's
I mean,
cool and all, but can you
holy shit! Did you see that? And I'm just then going to realize.
try not to wake
that
them
I
up.
just did it.
We need to fix the wall.
Close my mouth. I hold my muzzle shut. And I'm like, just in case they do it again.
Farkesh, can you fix the wall? They're going to be asleep for a good minute, so if the wall's fixed by the time they wake up, they won't know anything happened. It'll just be a dream.
Yes, I will take any spare bit of wood that will not be missed, and I'll cast the mending cantrip.
Okay, you take the pieces and splinters that you found across the room, just kind of slowly going, and then getting them all puzzle pieced together, you begin to cast mending to try and get them all to solidify back. And they do. It's just that you see a nice little black singe that's still there. There's no hole, but there's a black singe on your side of the wall.
That happened.
Right. We have a lot to talk about, but first, could you please update our wizard friend as to the Medusa situation before we have another loose end we need to cover?
Yes. Ooh, seeing as we didn't get to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go down to my hands and knees, and I'm going to pray, and I'm going to be like, oh, first one, greatest of all the first ones, because there's only one, and you are the first. Could you please remove the curse afflicting me and the fluffy cat?
Alright, this is Divine Intervention. Roll a percentile die.
I'm just going to give it a shot. I'm just going to...
Might as well.
Sadly, the prayer doesn't seem to be received as...
After all that fucking glorious audio track, I can't get one prayer answered.
You seem to have been already
He's
blessed,
tapped out.
and it seems that the amount of energy and divine intervention has already occurred, and it doesn't seem to make any impact with this prayer.
Son of a bitch. I mean, glory be to him. Shit.
Farkesh, would you mind making me another copy of the sending how-to scroll thing?
When did you ask me for that?
Well, I had it before, but I gave it to our elven friend so he could contact us in an emergency.
Okay. So contact him first, then write down on the thing how to do the spell to contact people. Right, okay, I can do that. And I will cast the sending spell to let our elven wizardy friend know where we are currently residing and that we have the Medusa head.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry about his...
Wait, you're going to write it down first, correct?
Huh?
You're writing the scroll down for sending message for
Well, I have sending, and I was going to send the message to the wizard, and then write down afterwards the sending spell. Or smoky.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so you're going to send the message. Go ahead, and what do you want to say?
Just literally what I said. We had to Scarpa real quick. Turns out my dad is a colossal dickhead, as well as being a colossal dragon. Have the Medusa head in Bylock.
Yep, that's it.
Nope, that's it.
Can I remove my dad's a colossal dickhead part?
Nope, sadly, there's that, and then you just hear we're in Bylock.
There's no backspace in sending.
Damn it! Control delete.
As you finish that off, you do hear a slight reply coming back. It's good to hear that you're safe. It seems you left quite a problem for me to clean up. I will try to find you in Bylock.
I shout, okay, knowing that you can't hear it.
Oh,
And with
we're in an
that,
enclosed space, Varkesh. Your voice is loud.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to start casting Mordenkainen's private sanctum on our room in the
Okay.
100-foot radius.
Yeah. You do, as you are casting this and you all are finishing this up, you do hear some of the panic sounds in the other room as if like a very disturbed and confused individual is not quite sure what just happened,
You were dreaming.
but eventually leaving their room and heading out with a bit of a perplexing story to tell to their friends. You create the sanctum, encompassing the entire 100-foot by 100-foot cube.
Oh, yeah.
All
Transparent, but yes.
Transparent, but big and bad, as you make it encompass the entire party and quite a bit of the city block.
Go big or go home.
That's fine. So, Varkesh, you wanted to write it down for Smokey?
Yeah.
You wanted to write down the spell for Smokey.
Yeah, and that's still the Arcana check, right?
It is an Arcana check, yep.
Right. But 20. Oh, hello.
Oh, no problem at all. You are very familiar with writing down the spell, and it's just a simple, like, remembering what you did
Apparently,
before.
I'm energized enough to do schoolwork again.
You had a 4 loco.
Yeah, right.
You are more than capable of writing this scroll down for Smokey to understand once more the nuances of the spell so that he could copy it on his own.
My handwriting has gotten exceptionally neater.
So, what are we planning to do today?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure that Bone Ghoul is going to wake up possibly today.
Yeah. Oh, can you ask Duladai to bring some holy water whenever he meets with us? That way we don't have to go back into the.
Well, that entrance was collapsed.
Is there a temple in the city of Bylock that we
There are
might
quite a
could?
few temples. You do know that the one thing was that you needed a very well ancient and established temple, one that was probably crafted and constructed on a specific location for its divine powers to be actually empowered by the gods. All the little temples that you know here are just places to worship. Shrines and small little homes or buildings just to kind of go in.
So, I've been thinking about this a little bit last night. So, the ghoul is after myself and Varkesh. So, what I can do is I can smoke for myself and Varkesh to get through the avalanche and get to the temple. And then if you two were just sort of like, Rook and Valentra, if you were like hidden, when the ghoul comes, it'll make a path of its own and you could just follow it. And then we could kind of ambush it.
There's one slight caveat I would like to mention. What if my dad is still down there?
I don't think that's super likely. I mean, what would he be doing just like hanging out in a destroyed laboratory?
I have no idea.
Especially being that we already removed all of the creatures that were remaining there.
He could be trying to rebuild it.
But there's also more of those creatures, remember? That's why we ran.
I mean, there is, but I feel like he would assign a lesser to do that sort of work.
No, I'm meaning the forces we ran from. They must have gone back and are probably trying to place up again.
That's true.
Well, nonetheless, this is not a problem that we can just ignore, and frankly, it's probably best we get out of a populated space as soon as possible.
True. Why don't we try one of the local temples?
No, we need something really old and really powerful. I don't think any of the normal temples are going to do it.
What about elves?
What about elves?
Is there like elvish priests around here or something? I'm hearing feedback from someone.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
But yes, a temple.
And maybe we could at least try. We don't really have anything to lose.
I didn't tell you what happened last night. Why I feel so great when I should be technically liver dead.
Oh. What
Something
happened last night, Barkesh?
What happened?
I had a dream.
I do not doubt it. The sheer amount of alcohol that you pounded would be enough to give anybody nightmares.
I dreamed of a canary.
Kind of look over at Valindra, then Smokey, then back.
I'm just like looking off into the sky somewhere.
A
Ceiling.
canary.
A canary. A golden canary that gave me a blessing, apparently. Apparently, my god's very happy with me. I have no idea why.
Oh.
If this is any other job, I'd be fired by now.
What happened in the dream?
It was a warm, radiating light, and this canary spoke to me. And I felt really good, and this is why I feel really good now. And that might explain that the thing that happened. And, yeah.
What thing happened?
Well, the
You-
lightning.
Yeah, that was a first. I've never done that. Ever. In my life.
Oh.
Is that not just from, like...
Because we saw your dad do it.
Yeah.
Well, my mum could do it. Small amount, not as large as the one that just happened.
What type of dragonborn was your mom?
She was blue.
Okay.
Huh.
What?
No
I'm
one
just...
said anything.
It's very weird. I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Me too. I mean, but this happened, and now we're doing something. Now we need to deal with a bone twiglet thing that's coming after us, and this is going to be a busy day, I can tell. But I'm ready. I'm full of energy. Let's go. And I stand up and I kick the door completely off its hinges and go, watch out, world! Varkesh is energized, and liver is working fine.
And as you do that, you do
Varkesh,
open
fix
up.
the door.
Well, you open
I'll
it.
fix it later!
It's very nice and loud as you open it up, and you can see in the living space area, the kind of common communal area, there is a very familiar female looking across, arms folded with a cup of tea in her hand, just going, "Oh, awake are we?"
I run back
Good.
into the room. Nope.
Varkesh, fix the door, please.
We cannot close and lock the door if the door is off its hinges.
I fixed the door.
All right, you're trying to
But
take your
next time
time.
I will violently swing the door open for the same dramatic effect, hopefully.
You do see that Lulu has finished her tea and has basically stood up, staring and waiting for all of you.
She's out there.
Smokey will venture out.
Good
Rook will
morning.
follow behind.
Good morning,
Good.
darlings.
Just kind of give her a nod.
I trust you all slept well.
I did.
Yes. Actually, we kind of did.
Yeah.
Lulu, see what I can do. And I was going to attempt to do the breath thing again. I'm just going to...
All right. As
Varkesh,
you
not
try-
inside, not inside. Varkesh, not inside.
As you try to do this, the core of the energy seems to be depleted, and the energy it takes to build it back up is still in its process. It doesn't look like you're ready to do it yet.
Oh, I'm
She
empty.
just looks at you with a bit of a eyebrow raised.
feel
Marvelous,
like-
darling,
I
marvelous.
feel a bit lightheaded.
So, anyway, Miss Lulu, as I said yesterday, are we kind of like in a somewhat secluded section of the room, so we're not just like
You're in
staying
the
this
middle
time
open of the communal area. You're right in this heart.
Okay. Miss Lulu, would you like to come to our rooms? There's some delicate matters to discuss.
Oh, certainly, darling, certainly.
Kayla doesn't want her in the room.
She does walk towards the room as you invited her in.
Yeah. Close the door. Lock it.
All right, dearie. Now, please, by all means, tell me what's wrong.
So as I said yesterday, Varkesh and I are cursed, and there's this very powerful undead monster that will keep reassembling itself to come after us until we are dead. And so we found a way to fix that, and it's a temple that's underground, but now the underground temple is collapsed. So
buried under several thousand tons of rubble, yes.
So I have a way around that. And so I was thinking today we could try and figure that out. But I mean, we haven't heard from you in days, so I mean, what's the news on your end?
Well, there's quite a bit of news to share, though not as exciting as yours, it seems. Still, I have been working my magic, making sure that your names are spread far and wide with your talents and skills, and I have quite a few contracts that are ready for you to take up if you are willing.
Not today.
Is there something more important that you have to do?
Well, yes, the whole curse thing, as was just mentioned.
Indeed, but you don't seem to have a way to remove it now, do you? You need a temple, you mentioned? Some kind of ancient temple?
Yeah, I can make Varkesh and me smoke, and we can get through any of the smallest cracks, and we can get to the temple, as long as it's still standing.
So you wish to return to this hazardous zone where you nearly died?
Unless you happen to know of another ancient temple blessed by the gods directly, we haven't much choice.
Oh, darlings, there are plenty of temples in the world. You just have to know where to look. Now, if you were trying to find an ancient temple, one that has been built during the Dragon Age, I suggest you try going perhaps to Trilok or Alniel. The dragons have built temples there that would be suitable for your needs. Though, does it need to be a specific god that you are praying to?
Just sort of a god that can perform, I guess, exorcisms kind of things.
I try and make my head rotate 360 degrees, but realize I can't.
It just needs to be old and powerful.
Well, ancient temples are known to exist within the two cities that still stand. Well, half of cities. Trilok doesn't have necessarily as vast and glorious a wonder as Alniel, but still, you could always go there if you felt like it. The ruined city, the old district, would be suitable for finding a temple.
Just gonna look at Rook.
And the one in Alniel, whereabouts might that one be in the city?
Well, there are quite a few. I believe, actually, Miss Valindra here, you are affiliated with one of the temples, aren't you?
Alright, so we're going to Trilok, right?
I think it best we go somewhere else.
Okay. At this kerfuffle, can Smokey try and do like some sort of, would he know if there are any ancient temples where he is from?
In the Jinsen Desert, no. There are no ancient temples that you... Because you've only been in the one oasis, and that one does not have a temple.
Okay. Smokey
And nonetheless, time is of the essence. We should try the one that's here first. And
Plus,
also get out of a populated area as soon as possible.
If we want to purify the site of the bones, it would be better to do the one close by so that we don't have to carry the Ida back.
Yeah.
Purify the
Can't do it
remains.
still.
Varkesh, not inside, please!
I did. Okay.
Darling, I would suggest that perhaps if you are to do this, I might be able to find more information to then give to you, and so that you can finish this menial task and perhaps get back to more lucrative contracts.
I mean, if you have any help to offer, we'd be happy to receive it.
Indeed. And perhaps I might be able to align a contract with one of the temples so that you could kill two birds with one stone, as it
God damn it, woman, we're in need!
Just
In need
not
of
the
what?
not the one in Alniel.
Very
Skip that one.
Well, then
They won't want it.
your next best location would be Trilok.
Sure, that sounds good.
I could see if there's a contract in Trilok.
Brooke, glaring at Valindra, just turns over to Lulu. Yes, well, I have some matters I've been meaning to check on there, nonetheless.
Excellent. I can go to the guild hall right away and inquire if there's anything available for those who would be venturing near Triloc's vicinities. But besides your current predicament and this potential lucrative option that could be in the city, what else are you all up to? I feel like I'm not being told everything. She looks at Varkash, who's still trying to blow something, and it's just pure interest.
We have that contract with Garrick at...
I'm sorry, what?
What's the name of his shop? Oh no, I know it's something in Anchor.
Something Crown and Anchor.
Crown and Pearl.
Yeah.
There was a shop owner who kind of lives on the lake, and we agreed that anything we found in the lake, if we were to sell it, we would sell it to him.
Darling, excuse me. Did you sign with another?
Here it comes.
Okay, look. For anything we find in the lake, yes, to Garrick, because he has things that the guild hall didn't have right away, and we didn't want to wait. We were trying to find things.
Darling, just clarify for me. Did you sign your names onto a contract for this individual?
I feel like one of us did.
I feel like we all did.
We all did.
I was not here.
We forged your signature. You're in this with us.
No, you were here. You came in, signed the contract, because I said, I want Rook to look over the contract and make sure it's, like, legit and we're not getting cheated on anything.
Yeah, I recall that, actually.
You're stuck.
And you all signed it. Oh. Splendid, darling, splendid. This puts a wrench in things. Could you perhaps direct me to his house?
Okay.
Sure.
Are you mad at us?
I shall fix this so that it won't be a problem.
No, now we're going to beset this devil woman upon that dragonborn. That's not going to be fair.
He's a really nice guy. Can't we just...
I'm sure he is, darling. That won't be a problem. Could you please tell me the directions?
She wants a pound of flesh.
He will give her directions.
Thank you. I shall handle this as well as the continuing contracts in Trilock to provide you with some more lucrative opportunities when you visit and search for your temple. In the meantime, if this creature is to be set upon you today, I suggest you try to get yourself in a location that might not kill any of the local populace.
As I've stated multiple times, yes.
Indeed,
Thank
I
you.
wouldn't
We
want
had
your
that
reputation
covered.
tarnished.
Of course not.
I shall be
I
no
heard
more
you.
than a few hours at most. If you wouldn't mind meeting me outside the gates of Bylock, I shall rendezvous with you there with information to help you.
Well, I'd imagine we want to get away from the populace as soon as possible. I mean, so are we scrapping the twin goddesses temple at this point and going to Trilock? Because that would just mean a giant zombie monster is just coming in a straight line from Bylock to Trilock.
Well, no. We need to get away from the populace first things first, so that we can take care of the creature and perhaps carry its remains with us.
I mean, we could kill it again. It wasn't impossible to defeat.
True.
Yeah, but
we
we
were
need to
underwater.
have water breathing potions again.
Well, we're going to be on land. I'm not going on water.
True.
So
And I mean,
let's pull it out on land first, take it down, perhaps put its remains in that bag of holding of yours, Varkash.
we
would they
really have
fit?
to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make a history check to determine that if I ground this creature to bone dust to a much smaller, more compact size, would that still count?
You can put pieces or dust into your bag. Make a religion check real quick.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Wow.
Alright. The best that you can recall is you know that this is from a time during the Age of Reckoning, and there was one other instance that you did encounter bone dust, and it did reassemble into a large bone kind of swarm. that assaulted your party in Alniel.
Oh, I remember that.
So, or not Rel, sorry, that was River Run. So you do know that perhaps if you ground this creature to dust, it might not stop it.
No, but just to transport all of it. So
You could transport it, but then it could potentially reassemble at that point.
Yeah, just so that we can take it and not lose any bits to then go to the place where we need to purify it. Instead of just going, we've got one wishbone, this will do. And then it turns out we need all of it.
Sure, you can do whatever you like.
Okay. But we have no idea when this thing's coming, so me and Smokey here should probably scarp her something quick.
Yeah.
Smokey, you should have given her directions to that Snobby Smith's house. That would have been very entertaining.
To what?
To the Snobby Smith's house. It would have been very entertaining.
Nell?
Yes, sir.
She would have just walked in, said hello, found she's in the wrong place, and then left. And I think we need to eat some breakfast and get out of this city.
How long is our contract with Lulu? Is there an end date?
I don't think there was an end date.
You can make a history check.
And I did very carefully examine the contract, too. Made a point of that as soon as we got it. So I will make a history check to see if I can recall.
The best you can tell is there was no necessary time limit. It seemed more as if as long as the two parties remained faithful to the terms, then it would go on indefinitely until the other party chooses to take some form of action to break the contract if the other party does something that makes them want to break it.
We're gonna be bound to her forever.
Well, no, I believe we could move to have it absolved at any point. There may be some penalties to doing so, however.
Like what?
You can never truly kill a demon, by the way.
You think it might work, Rook? You don't know.
Yeah, either way.
Eggs sound fantastic right
We need breakfast.
So yes, you definitely can get yourself breakfast as Lulu has gone off to do her tasks for the day.
Guess we'll go wait outside the city gates, right?
After breakfast.
Well, can't we take breakfast with us?
Me and Smokey are both cross-armed and we're taking a very firm stand on this. We're like, breakfast now.
Can't we, take breakfast with us to go?
Only if they have breakfast burritos.
I will try to get the attention of
Bip and Bat.
Bip and Bat.
Wow, I remembered something for once. Holy shit.
I thought it was Bip and Bat, but I didn't want to say it if it wasn't it.
You can get either one of their attentions.
We're actually heading out, but could we perchance have breakfast to go?
I suppose. Are you closing out your tab?
Yes.
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 All right. We'll assemble the bill for you, and you want to include breakfast on the go?
Yes.
We can try to do that. Do you know of any ideas? The other one kind of rubs his chin. Oh, maybe. I think I have a few ideas that could work.
And Smokey will actually go into an in-depth conversation using minor illusion to describe what is a breakfast burrito.
Mm-hmm.
And thus the first
layer by layer by glorious layer.
Okay, as you regale them with this illusion assembly line of toppings and stuffings, they feel like they could give you an adequate representation of what you are looking for. And they are able to go to the kitchens and send them off to do that. As they tally up your bill, they do bring back what appears to be 3 normal-sized and 1 triple-wrapped almost kind of size for Varkesh. As you can see, this bread dough was flattened and baked without any rising agent, allowing it to be more of like a flatbread as opposed to a burrito. Nice. But it is a flat bread, so it's a little thicker, but it does seem to have all the bits assembled into it and then rolled up. A little more akin to like a gyro than a burrito's for its.
While we are waiting for this food to cook, I am still trying to make this happen again.
Yep, you keep trying, and it's not quite ready to go, it seems. You make an insight check to see if you can determine its nature.
Oh, I have a very good insight.
Dancing over Valindra. I think it was a one-time thing for him.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think maybe it's like a once a day.
You get the sense that the power of this is very potent, and it does take a little bit more time to regenerate. 1 day, one long rest is how often you can use this.
And I fucking burped my 1 day use out. That's shit. Yeah. We're fighting bony creatures today. That would have been awesome.
But now you know. And of course, that'll be something for you to be prepared for later. But yes, you are able to be each given a breakfast burrito, and the bill is slid across towards one of you to take.
We all back
Smokey
up
will
on the
take it.
brook.
All right. The bill shows 335 gold pieces.
Is it really that high? Okay, I will look at the bill. His eyes go super wide, and we'll say, "I'm gonna need some support."
I'm gonna look at the
Run!
over his shoulder. Rook?
Yes.
I can cover like 200.
I can cover the remain.
All right, I'll mark up.
With 135 for me.
How much gold does Rook have? Jesus!
I mean, you could try to take a perception peek in his purse when he takes out his gold coins.
Yeah.
All right. She tries to peer in on. So
It happened. I knew it.
it's more like
knew
this. As she tries to peer in, it's like getting this little angle, and Rook, you notice it, so you kind of stretch it out a little further, so she keeps leaning and leaning and leaning, eventually to the point where she's unbalanced and goes, go, and hits the ground, falling on her face a little bit.
Are you okay, Valindra?
Never better.
All the smugness.
Never better.
Succinctly pull the pouch close, reattach to my belt, and hold out a hand to help her up.
But yeah, and
take
you
the
do know
hand.
that they're. By the way, Smokey, you can see that they have tallied up, so you can see the math for the actual cost. There is an accumulation of room service, meals for dinner downstairs, dinner upstairs, your bathing facilities. The napkin bill is also a little high for Varkash.
Is
I
it?
thought
That was right after we were freaking attacked.
They did give you some, but then they also charged you for others.
They gave us free. No, wait, did they? Yes, free napkins because they did a bad, and
They probably gave us a free cake.
yeah, they charged us for napkins, motherfucker.
For other napkins, because you took some more, by the way, in the very beginning.
I don't have that many.
Yeah, can
Yeah,
you
probably.
give our Varkesh an actual number of napkins that he currently has?
He has...
Oh, he's got a running tally. Oh, good.
From this inn, he has 20 from this inn, and he has 7 from the other. 27 total.
Okay.
Rookie
Some-
numbers. Gotta pump those numbers up there, buddy.
Some people steal bath towels. Some people.
But
I
yes,
think-
and the most of the gold seems to be from the food and the wine. That has the biggest amount of expense. But then the rooms, of course, come second, and then the little bits here and there for the remainder.
All right, let's go to the gate.
To the gate.
I look at my bag of holding and go, haha, would you look at that? I had many health potions. That would have been really useful when we needed it.
Yeah, I mean I have them too, but there's just never the time.
Varkesh, do you
Yes.
have the materials to make a weapon at this moment in time?
What would you like?
Just anything, really.
No. You don't just say, what would you like? And then just give me anything. It's like, you give me grandiose things, and I will make it.
He wants your highest aspiration and dream. Valindra.
I want to be able to hit stuff.
That's aiming pretty high.
I was about to, and then I go,
Hey. Hey! It hurts, Connor.
So, would you like a sword? Would you like a polearm? Would you like a mace? Would you like daggers? I can make a backpack that shoots daggers.
Nothing like fancy. I don't want like little puny things. I want something that will do damage.
Razor blade eyelashes.
I don't want to hurt myself.
Good point. So what? Oh, okay. What would you like?
Something big. I still want to use my shield, so nothing that I have to use two hands for. Surprise me.
Okay. I could do that.
Why don't you give her a long sword?
Cats! This is between
You
me.
wanted input, now you don't.
I wanted her input. She is to wield the weapons that I shall forge.
Listen to Smokey's advice. I'm sure he will come up with some good suggestions.
You gave me artistic freedom, and I shall create something glorious.
All right. As you all make your way out of the Golden Lily with Bib and Bap waving goodbye and thanking you for your time spending with them here at the Golden Lily, you make your way out towards the front gate of Bylok before Varkesh has the chance to assemble a weapon for Valindra. Would you like to use your channel divinity?
For anything specific that you're hinting at?
Well, I'm asking, if you're making a weapon, are you using channel divinity?
Well, I have to get materials first.
All right, sure. I mean, you have some materials, but that's fine.
I mean, if you don't have the materials for it right now, I can always just buy one.
Valindra does have something.
I have something?
A very wicked, nasty-looking blade.
Oh, that's right!
You took the plague greatsword or whatever it was.
Right. Okay.
I just don't want it to smell so bad, basically. So
it is also preferred as a two-handed weapon, so you would, if you wanted to make it a one-hander, you'd have to reforge it.
Yeah.
You could use the material.
You could use your smoky forge bellows.
I just think Hunchback Notre Dame with the gargoyles at that point.
Okay, so are you capable of using complexly made design weapons, or is it all too simple for you?
I can use anything.
Level 1 fighter.
Wow, okay, yeah.
Yes, and while you're at it, I find myself running very low on crossbow bolts. If you could restock me, that'd be appreciated.
I'm just like summoning like Disney princess birds with like, everybody needs my help today. Headphones are caught. My song is over. So, would you like a club, a dagger, a great club, a hand axe, a javelin, a light hammer, a mace, a quarterstaff, a sickle, a spear, a crossbow, a light crossbow, a dart, a short bow, a sling, a pole axe, a battle axe, a glaive, a great axe, a sword, a great sword, a halberd, a lance, a long sword, just kilo for...
A singular dart will be all she needs.
All I need? Okay, look,
Well, you can use it with one hand, and you told her to give you anything. I'm just fulfilling all requirements stated.
The only preference I have is I want to use one hand, and I want it to hit hard. That's all I want.
Warhammer.
Sure. It's been a while since I used a Warhammer, but I think I could make it work.
Or a war pick. Which would you like?
I'd rather bash than slash. Let's just do the hammer.
Okay, Warhammer it is.
Okay.
This would be a great day. Would you like it really like extravagant or just a basic Warhammer? Please say extravagant.
Extravagant.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, and
just run away.
You're all about serviceable and none of that pansy elven shit.
You say that as he's already skittering off with a...
Literally skipping.
So, Varkesh, what do you want to do?
I am going to set up outside.
Well, I mean, are you going to do Fabricate, Channel Divinity? What do you want to do?
I shall save my spell slots and do Channel Divinity.
Alright, so as you take your hour to craft this with your endless talents, what would you like to make?
I will make a gloriously pristine Warhammer, which can also be used as a versatile weapon as well. Mm-hmm. So one-handed is a 1d8 bludgeoning, versatile is a 1d10.
Right.
If she decides to switch it up.
And does it look like anything? You said elaborate or extravagant?
Varkish is in a really happy mood today, and he's really adamant about making every weapon look like him or have some semblance.
But Winnie.
And then Winnie, I mean... Yeah.
I'm imagining you making this hammerhead with Varkesh on one side and Winnie on the other.
Perfect.
What it will be is it will be a warhammer that is elven in some semblance of design to kind of go with Valindra's look, and there won't be a Winnie on it, but there'll be engravings along the on the langets along the side, and also kind of like all this kind of engraving along the actual warhammer head and the actual pick side as well.
Okay.
So it's like little kind of fennec foxes jumping about. That'd be cool.
All right. So
No.
little fennec foxes engraved and dancing around the warhammer from the shaft up to the head.
Yep.
All right. Easy
Phrasing.
enough. You definitely spend an hour doing this, as you had spent the first half hour or so just getting yourselves ready and heading out to the front.
Need to make Rook his bolts. Am I
Yes.
correct?
He did ask for
I
both.
did ask it of you.
I'm sorry.
Can't do that with the same Channel Divinity.
No, I have to do it with the second one.
What is the Warhammer for two-handed damage?
1d10.
1d10.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I'm gonna make about 100 golds worth of crossbow bolts.
So sadly, the Channel Divinity says you make one item worth
Yeah,
up to...
I use the second channel divinity to do that.
Exactly, but you can only make one item per Channel Divinity.
Sucks.
Up to 100 golden value.
Just make a bunch of bolts all connected together that we can just, like, break.
Like a belt feds weapons fucking
Good
chain.
lord.
There you go.
Okay, what I will do, seeing as I have a bag of holding, I will gather up a lot of materials to make an infinite amount of crossbow bolts for Rook. And use one fabricate spell to be able to make that many.
All right, so with the Fabricate spell, you can absolutely make 10.
10 bolts, or...
10 bolts.
That's what I said, I'm going to go out and get the materials. You do not listen.
No, I mean, it's just you can make 10 individual items.
Oh.
Look, actually, Varkesh,
Just buy them, my god.
I think-
Yeah,
I have a light crossbow. I have bolts for my light crossbow that I never use. I have like 40 of them.
Well, I could certainly use those.
I'm
But-
just gonna hand him 40 crossbow bolts.
it's probably best that we'd also collect more.
I mean, yeah, we'll get more, but I think that'll do for now.
It's certainly less pressing. I have enough to last me for a while at least.
While this is happening, like during the hour for Channel Divinity, Smokey is starting to scribe the sending spell into his book.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you just do that for 1 hour, because that's how much
Yes.
time it takes for Varkesh to do that one particular thing. Anything else you guys want to do?
Is Lulu
I-
here yet?
No, Lulu said she was going to be a couple hours at least, so you've got maybe another half hour to an hour?
Smokey's going to keep
I-
on scribing.
Okay.
I want to keep watch so that nothing surprises us.
All right, make a perception
I will
check.
be also doing the same.
Another perception check from you.
And there it is.
All right. You keep your eyes peeled and your ears open just in case anything might come out of the blue to attack the party. No, nothing seems to come at you. The guards at the front of the gate are pretty vigilant, and they seem to be aware of anything that might approach, and nothing dangerous has come by. You feel pretty safe.
Rook, just sorry about kind of like, throwing you under the bus there with
No,
the whole throwing you under the cart, not bus. With the whole,
Yes, the trip to Trilock. It is. Well, I wasn't lying when I said I've been meaning to check in. The fact that a vampire managed to make contact and even come as a representative of a court is a matter of some concern. The sooner we can get back and check on my family, though they may not be happy to see me initially, the better, I admit.
By the
why
way,
would
Mark,
they not be happy to see you?
Well, you said it yourself. I left with no warning, no notice, and
And-
on the eve of a major engagement with those that they perceive as the enemy.
Well, but I mean, I would think that, I mean, your parents would at least be elated that you're alive.
Oh, certainly. That there's no doubt about that. But have I ever really explained the nature of my family?
Nope.
You have not explained anything to us. We know very little about you.
Except
Yes,
you're
it
a
was
bird.
intentional. I just wanted to hear you say it.
I gestured to Valindra with that warhammer going, test it. You can test it. On the rook, you can test it.
Not quite yet.
They're still young.
Yeah.
Have you by chance heard of the Hellsraven priests?
Have I heard of the Hell's Raven priests?
No.
No.
Have I?
No.
Damn it. I'm a cleric who doesn't know very much.
Yes, but I suppose our squabbles would stay local to Trilok.
Marbles.
The Hellsraven priests are the family that my parents own, I suppose. Head.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've been loath to speak of it, but we're responsible for a great deal of smuggling, especially around the cities around here.
Oh.
Bad bird.
Well,
Other things, squabbles over territory being a primary concern, and the biggest reason as to why I left in this case, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, I can kind of get why you left now. I mean, is it really going to be an issue, you coming back, though?
Perhaps not, but I very much so doubt I'll be able to leave again. Not with such ease.
Well,
We'll get you out.
I mean, I may be able to help with that. As I pause my scribing. See, I have this spell that can make us all look like anything I want us to look like for 8 hours.
Ooh.
It's a powerful spell, but I mean, it'll get the job done.
I can also just poof us 500 feet away. Twice.
Yes, well, as soon as we come into the city, I would not expect anything that we do to be private, so many of my family is equally keen-eyed as I.
So I know that you said they were sort of feuding with a different faction or something, right?
Yes.
I mean,
What's that family's name?
yeah.
I don't recall if I wrote that down and my other computer died.
No.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
never know.
amnesia.
It's buried. I'll have to look for that one.
If you could.
Placeholder.
Yes, they're
Huh.
the placeholder here.
Wow. Placeholder here, that's kind of a badass name. I mean, so are we going to have to hide from both your family and placeholder here?
Well, no, that's part of why I had to leave here. One of the courts, one of the offshoots, actually knew of my presence here in Bylok, which is why I was gone for a short time. I had to go and make my introductions, speak through the niceties, and appease the local gangs, I suppose. That being the case, with one of them in Bylok having found me, there's no way that we'll avoid notice in Trilok. Not for any extended period of time.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really trying to hide us too bad, except for divination stuff. I can hide anyone pretty darn well with my abilities. But aside from that, I don't think it's going to be very unobtrusive when we bring a giant skeletal ghoul into their city towards their temple.
True.
Conversation is inevitable at this point, if I am to go there.
So why would they not let you leave? Would they just like insist you get married and just, do the family thing?
What? Smokey, I'm the heir to a criminal empire.
The only one?
The only heir.
Is your name Rook Barbados Goodfellas?
No. No, it's Rook Belfry.
Is it really? Inside check.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
sure,
is
make an insight
really.
check.
Is his dad a dragon?
Is everybody's dad a dragon? No one knows who their dads are. It looks like he's telling you the truth that Belfry is the last name.
Well, I mean, can't they? I don't know. Sorry, my cat just fell off the desk.
What's that Moore?
Sorry.
The Moore Belmont.
It was Belmont.
Oh, good old Belmont.
Was it Moo?
No, it was Belmont. Well, I mean, surely there's some other way. Surely they found a solution to that by now, right? Since you've been gone for so long. Maybe they had another kid.
I've not even been gone a year, Valindra.
Well, I figured if you're running a criminal empire, you want to have a backup plan, you know? You never know when you're going to go.
A backup kid.
I mean, is nepotism really that strong in the smuggling world? I mean, with my family, it's really big, but just because we pass our powers down through the bloodlines. But I mean,
Well, it is partially nepotism, I suppose. More of a ceremonial thing, but also I was kind of a pillar of hope for Kenku as a whole. Kenku capable of autonomous speech, creative designs, the ability to think for myself. That's not common.
yes. And you said both your parents were Kenku?
Well, no. My mother is a tiefling.
That's
my father
right.
is a tiefling.
Was that some kind of like
A deal?
arrangement? Yeah, like a deal, like, or did they just fall in love and?
Believe it or not, the latter. I don't know the circumstances that led to it, but my mother sought shelter in the rather run-down cathedral that my father had set up base in initially, and over time, I suppose she fell for his mannerisms. He took an interest in her and spent time around her and tried to cheer her up, just using interesting things he'd heard throughout the day, and I suppose it eventually blossomed.
That's cute.
Never you mind that either of them could probably pose almost as much of a threat as Varkesh's father, if incensed.
What?
Well, you don't become the head of a vast criminal empire without having some tricks up your sleeve.
I mean, is he stabby like you are, or does he have magic, or does she have magic, or like what can they do?
I'm just visualizing, like Varkish is just visualizing a tiny little Kenku going up against a big fucking blue dragon. I'm like, yep, you're equally as dangerous. Yep.
I should specify, well, I've never beaten my father in a hand-to-hand sword fight. They have eyes everywhere. And of those eyes, there's also foot soldiers, I suppose.
Do they all have 4 eyes?
Well, no, that's a result of my crossbreed heritage.
Wait, does your mother have 4? Tieflings don't have 4 eyes.
4 eggs or 4 eyes?
4
You've
eyes.
seen, it is certainly possible.
Do tieflings have 4 eyes?
Some. Actually, yes, Mordenkainen and Stomopho specify that is a possible thing.
You currently
Depending
met one,
on
but
the exact heritage of the infernal portion.
Do I have a secret pair of eyes I don't know about?
no.
Check your armpits.
Well, I mean,
you know about Winnie's eyes, and they kind of are an extension of your eyes.
yeah, that's true. I have 2 eyes on a different body. Ooh.
So, Rook, what would your goals be in Trilock? If we were trying to just get in and out as quickly as possible, what were the things you would want to accomplish?
Ascertain the source of the undead corruption in the courts, root out what I can, and preferably escape with as little incrimination of the rest of you as possible.
I really want to meet your family.
Why? What is... No, don't.
I just have the compulsion to want to meet his family. I really want to see what Rook's dad is like. If he's like this tiny little guy and he's just repeating everything he hears. It'd be adorable.
I mean, as Rook said, having eyes and ears everywhere would be a really good thing if we could, make a good impression.
I mean, could we... You said that your mom sort of got taken in as a refuge of sorts. Could... Smokey, how long does that...
I will not allow you to be a concubine for this Rook.
I'm not wanting to be a concubine. Oh my God, no. No.
I can forge you some Princess Leia outfit.
I don't know. That's not... No. Under no circumstance will that ever be a plan on any table. Ever.
Smokey, design the costume. Now.
No.
We can use your wonderful illusions.
I was just going to ask, how long does the enchantment take effect of making us look different? Yeah.
Oh, it lasts an entire 8 hours. And
Well,
I don't even have to concentrate on it.
Could you just focus all the efforts on Rook? Because none of them know what we look like. We could just pretend that we're all refugees.
See, the thing about that, there's still my sister looking for us constantly. And so I could just describe us as 4 podunk humans, because those are common.
Podunk.
So no one will be able to trace any of us. I mean, we're all pretty distinctive.
Yes, well, is it possible that someone could see through the disguise?
It's possible, but they gotta make some effort.
Okay. It's worth thinking about, but I will have to talk to them eventually.
I mean, if we can avoid it, if there's a way around it, not talking about your problems is obviously the way to handle them, so...
Well, that's what spawned this particular problem in the first place.
You just gotta keep running. Just keep running away from it. Just don't confront it, ever. Ever, under any circumstance. Never.
I've changed my mind. This is totally sound reasoning. I am with you.
What
Human
are you running
disguise it
away
is.
from, my dear? As Lulu approaches from behind.
Just the shudder of cold.
You?
Well, that's Bone Ghoul, of course.
I believe you and I are due perhaps with maybe an evening of splendor and shopping. Get to know one another a little better, don't you think, darling?
I think all 3 of us just gently push Valindra towards...
No, I think I'd step away.
Oh no, she's talking to you, right, Rook?
No, you, darling.
Look, it's just, I just don't shop. Really.
It's a darn
Or
shame,
do
dear.
things.
There's many outfits that you would look just ravishing in. We could get you all gussied up nice and pretty. No need to wear armor at all times.
She's not interested in being a concubine.
Thank
Concubine?
you, Smokey.
Who said anything about a concubine?
It was a joke made by Varkesh. You know how his humor is.
Yes, blame it on me.
It's just I just don't. It's like I'm really not interested in getting gussied up.
I offered to help,
Well, lucky for you, we don't have to worry about that. But we can make our way to Trylock. I have acquired a contract for all of you, and I have dealt with your business with that other fellow.
What did he say?
Kill him, did you?
He didn't say much, and I don't think he'll say much in the future either.
No. Bad devil
Oh
lady.
my God, Lulu, did you kill him?
Oh, goodness, no, I would never do that. I would never kill anyone.
What did you do?
She just had Joey break his thumbs.
Who's Joey?
I don't know, forget about it.
I did not do anything illegal. I can assure you.
I'm gonna send Winnie to his shop just to check on him.
Winnie's gonna have to start running because he can't just bop Winnie in that.
Yeah,
he has to
he's
kind of
full
start-
dashing.
Yeah, Winnie's dashing. Winnie's gone. Winnie's gone. Yeah, it'll take a Winnie a little bit, but she just looks at you. So, good news is, the contract that I have scored for all of you happens to run right in the heart of Trylock. Someone has recently lost a precious item that they believe has been stolen by a nefarious group. But I'm sure that will be no problem for any of you to be able to reacquire it and give it back to its proper owner.
What is the name of the nefarious group?
Well, they don't necessarily know specifically if it is one or the other. There's a few, you could call them gangs, that reside in Trilok, and one of them, we believe, is the culprit. We have to discern. I believe you have the skills to deduce who's responsible, with, of course, your lovely and faithful, inquisitive friend Rook. I'm sure you have a great amount of insight to discerning who would be responsible.
Speaking of deduce, I've just realized I have a Medusa's head in my bag.
You have
That's
what?
right.
You have the entire body.
Ooh,
We're supposed to meet someone.
yeah.
Oh no! Where's Duladai?
deduce, Meduse. Shit, we have to do something.
We have to meet with Duladai before we go. We said we would.
Maybe we could
Duladai?
put the Medusa at the bone plate?
It's kind of not alive. I mean, it could work, it might not. Either way, Valindra, if you want to do your talky talk outside in the forest where no one will see us and possibly be turned to stone by accident.
Sure. Lulu, you might want to stay here.
I think I will be following you, because I'll be heading with you to Trilok, so by all means I shall accompany you.
This could be dangerous, and giant beasties and things.
I trust you can protect me very, very effectively.
And death.
Big, strapping, broad muscles, Varkay.
Oh, good. Escort missions. Everybody's favorite.
Right. Okay. I guess I'll go in the woods. What all do we want to ask her?
So no yes or no questions.
Where the wife is.
Yeah, where is the body of the wife of Eldarin Duladai?
Right.
Well, we may want to specify petrified body specifically. Otherwise, she may.
You have more than one? How many?
Well, I mean,
No, really.
Not that I'm aware of, but you never know what sort of weird perceptions this Medusa could have.
The remains.
Petrified body.
all right.
Other than that, I mean, if we're not planning to explore temple, there's not really any point in asking like if there's any treasure hoard somewhere. That could have been nice.
That could have been
Treasure's good.
Or we could ask her, and we could always maybe come back.
Can't pushing the cat.
Sorry. he's really wanting attention tonight. We could ask about where Varkesh's dad might be.
Ooh, that's a good one.
We could. Where is his preferred base of operations?
Yeah.
I think she may just say Jensen again. That's what the other one said.
I mean,
But we could ask.
I could say what city is his preferred base of operations in.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It would not be a bad idea to ask who her primary rival was. Which base was their primary rival among the remaining right before she died? That could give us our next target.
Were they rival establishments?
I mean,
Well,
Medusa-
clearly some of them wanted to achieve the goal of creating the perfect creature sooner than others.
I think they were just.
Fostering competition does seem like something that would be very on brand for your father, just based on what we've seen.
Do you know him? What are you not telling
We
me?
all do now.
Unfortunately.
Very intimately.
I can ask if he has any sort of physical, emotional weakness.
I don't know if she'd know that. I like the location of the petrified body, the base of operations, city or other general area. And you get 4 questions? How many questions do you get?
I get 6.
Shit.
If she uses the rod.
Yeah, which I will.
you could. I mean, I'm kind of curious. I don't know if she would know this, but can a dead Medusa's head still cause the petrification?
Crash of the Titans.
I'm curious.
I could ask.
I don't want to test it on myself.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it's been used like that in mythology before, but I don't know how you're going to use it.
We could try it on you. I could always just create a resto.
That's a 7. Yeah.
Maybe not. It's kind of hard to know. You don't really recall any information about it.
I just want to see what I would have rolled.
Oh, we could ask her who has Varkesh's body parts.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I'm missing pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe we'll find other questions when she answers what we have.
Yeah, I'll leave one spared, right? Because we don't. You want me to ask about the dead Medusa head?
It's more a curiosity, but I mean, if nothing else comes to mind for us.
I mean, we can also ask what dangers we should expect going into the next base.
There was supposed to be one in Trilock, wasn't there?
Yeah, might be good.
You could ask about the next base in Trilock.
Yeah.
Oh God, what if your family's aligned with Varkesh's dad?
I don't think that would. No.
Why?
I mean, dragon, birdies.
Yeah, he aligned himself with a crazy human necromancer.
Yeah.
We can't discount it as a possibility, but I would like to think my parents were more reasonable than that. They've never really been one to desire subjugation to that point.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and just so you know, if I haven't made it clear in the past, the entire Jinsen Desert is entirely controlled by blue dragons. So it's kind of possible that eventually my family will join up.
Cool. Wait, join up what?
With your dad, if he's able to subjugate all the other blue dragons and he finds some sort of alliance.
This is a whole lot of speculation that's really bumming Varkesh out.
Oh, is Varkesh speaking in a third person now?
He does. It's the new power the Golden Canary gave him. Deadpool power.
That and occasional lightning burps.
Lightning burps.
All right, so I take the staff and I boop the Medusa on the head.
It should still have my hood on it.
Sure. As
No
you
accidents.
keep the cover over her head to make sure, just in case, you just present your rod as you see it slowly begin to glow inside with the blue energy that then emits from Valindra's eyes and mouth, seeping out and matching underneath the cloth to go towards the pair of eyes in the mouth of the Medusa, filling it with this necrotic energy as it just shudders, and you hear a very hollow
All right. Hello, Cecilia. Where is the petrified body of Eladrin Duladai's wife being kept?
safe in the vaults of Trilock.
Ooh, okay.
And another reason to go.
He says deflatedly.
Good to know. What is the preferred location of...
Urtak.
Yeah, Urtak.
He roams constantly and has no abode.
He doesn't?
Third question.
That wasn't a question.
It only works for Valendra anyway.
I'm the only one that can ask the questions.
True, thank fuck for that. Because Marcus would have ruined it.
It supports our thing that he was banished, though.
Of the bases remaining, which one has the highest potential threat to civilization?
All carry their own threats. The strongest of our bases is in Greenwood.
Greenwood?
We've snuffed that one, I think.
Greenwood.
No, we haven't really touched
We have Ravenwood.
Oh,
we have
Greenwood is the one nearest Trilok.
Hey, guess where we're going next, Brooke? Who holds the parts of the blue dragonborn Varkesh that was obtained by Duladai?
They are also kept in the vaults of Trilok.
That's you. That was your fourth question.
We should ask how to get into the vaults of Trilok. What is the safest method of entering the vaults of Trilok?
What is the safest, discreet way of entering the vaults of Trilok?
There is only one entrance, guarded by a flock of Kenku.
Hey! We might have an inside.
At that point, someone goes say, it's actually a murder of Kenku.
I'd slap.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I have one question left. Smokey, do you want me to ask about the dead Medusa head, or does somebody have
I thought we had a better one. What about? Well, I mean, what is the base of Trilok? Who's in charge? That sort of information.
Oh, why is he here?
Who
Stuff.
cares?
Like, why was he banished or something?
we could ask what safety measures are in place in that base in the Greenwood.
Security measures, yeah. It may just be the Kenku again. We could ask though.
Is that what we want to spend the last question on?
I mean, we have this body's not going anywhere. To be fair.
Okay. I don't know how to ask this, guys. This is a complicated question.
The one you want.
What security measures are in place around the hideout in the Greenwood?
Okay. What security measures are in place to guard the Greenwood location?
I have not been there, and do not know. As she breathes out the last bit, you see it bleed out of her body and return back to Valindra. And Valindra, for you, as you take in this essence once more, the world goes black. And your friends fade away, and you feel hung in this plane between time and space. And a cold, bony hand rests on your shoulder as you feel a very chilled presence press close to your cheek. Well done. Now, make haste to my destination. And as he says that, you see the vision once more penetrate your mind as you are brought in a hurried rush, thrown across the fields of Florin, straight towards this desolate location as the massive crater once more envelops your vision, and you can see the pulsing heartbeat of something buried beneath the dirt, waiting for you to retrieve it, as you return back to the present, as if a split second happened to the rest of your party. Nothing occurred, but you just felt this within a blink.
All right, so I think if we're traveling to Trilok, we may want to try and find like a wagon or something.
True. I can create a death wagon. The things to protect us. It would be cool.
No, I mean just because of my sister and stuff, I think we may want to try like all of us just be kind of like huddled in like kind of the coverall, so she can't see like environment around us. And then maybe if Miss Lulu, are you comfortable driving a wagon, or should we try and hire someone?
Oh, darlings, I drove a wagon from Riverrun all the way to Alniel. It's no problem at all for me. I have that skill.
Oh, there we go.
Driving people.
My dear, you look a little disturbed. I can understand necrotic magic like that is quite nasty.
Yes, Valindra, you look paler than normal.
The Medusa just kind of left a weird taste in my mouth.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Did you lick her?
Well, it's just sort of like...
She seems to be... Well, make a deception check, Valindra.
Good thing I'm super good at lying.
Parkesh will believe her.
Ooh. Oh, if advantage existed for you, but...
Oh.
No, she's lying.
Yeah, lying on my ass.
I'm not going to pursue that right now.
Whenever you connect with something and then, like, I'm sort of breathing into it and then taking the breath back, so it's just...
Corpse breath.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Ugh.
That's always left you a little drained in the past.
Yeah, so, it's just... gross is all. I'm good.
Well, glad to hear it, darling. By the way, at this time, Valindra, Winnie has reached the docks and has gotten to the storefront. He can see that the door is ajar, and peeks himself inside, and he's alerting the stew. You can't see, but he's pinging the message of saying, "I'm arrived."
I'm gonna look through Winnie's message, or Winnie's eyes.
Alright, as you look through Winnie's eyes, the store is abandoned. There is no one here. It's empty. The door was left ajar, and there's no trace of anything.
No items? Nothing?
The items and the things on across the shelf, they're there. There's no presence, there's no Garrick in there.
Can he jump over the counter, like jump on the counter and then jump down, go snoop in the back?
Yeah, sure, yeah, he can snoop around, make an investigation check.
Can he use his scent and ears for advantage?
Yeah, we can turn that into perception if you'd like.
18 plus his perception.
Alright. There is no evidence of foul play. No blood, no struggle, no scrapes, no nothing. He investigates inside further to see if he can discover anything. It just seems to be abandoned, as if it was quickly and hastily left unattended. The only thing that he can smell is just the faint, very faint smell of parchment and ancient and rusted metals. Nothing more than just the usual aromas that the shop carried with it naturally.
Dun dun dun.
Do I know if Trilok has the golden lily?
Yes, it does.
Do I see a child around?
No, you're outside. In the forest. In the woods.
No, through Winnie's eyes.
Oh, through Winnie's eyes. Oh, well, he can go outside the front, and if Winnie chooses to walk around, yeah, they could see a kid eventually.
Okay. I'm just gonna, before we leave, I'm just gonna, go to the bathroom real quick. So if you just pardon me, I'm gonna walk away from the group. So
okay, we'll try not to go far. We have that bone ghoul.
Yeah, it's not after me though. I'm not worried.
It's not after her.
Hey!
So I'll go out of Lulu's earshot.
Uh-huh.
And oh boy. I'm going to have Winnie go over to a little kid and look as cute and friendly as possible.
Okay, it's easy enough to do for Winnie.
Yeah. to try to get the kid's attention.
Yeah, the kid, like, looks at it and is very interested. She's like, puppy! And goes to pet.
I'll allow it. And then I'm going to speak through Winnie. It's a little girl, right?
Roll a d4 for me. It's evens, it's a boy. Odds, it's a girl.
It's a girl, right? Odds it's a girl.
Odds, it's a girl.
All right, so it's a little girl. I'm just going to, through Winnie, you know. What's your name?
Mickey.
This comes apart.
I'd say make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage because he's cute.
That'd be awful.
Okay. 16 plus my charisma. Or wait,
The sudden startling thing just kind of takes the little girl on edge, but she just goes, "You can talk."
I can't talk.
Oh my
I'm a
gosh.
very special puppy.
Can I keep you?
Oh, I'm afraid that I have a lot of friends that I need to check up on. But my friend Garrick that works in the shop, I can't seem to find him. Do you know where he went?
Who's Garrick?
He's a dragonborn. He's made of gold scales. He's really big and strong.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Yeah, do you know where he is or where he went?
Yeah, he's over here. And she kind of walks over to the storefront and points at the store. He's in there.
Oh, I just checked in there and he wasn't anywhere to be found. Oh, gosh, I really need to find him. Do you think you could help me?
Sure, I can try. Well, I don't know. Were you there earlier? There was a lady who went in there.
Oh, I also want to find her too. What did they talk about? Did you see where he went after he talked to her? Or did you hear what she said?
No, just an elven lady went inside and then she left. There
Is
was
Lulu
something
also-
weird, though.
What? What was weird?
Well, later after she left, a bird flew out.
Dun dun dun.
Well,
Lulu turned this man into a bird.
No, Lulu's not an elf.
Lulu's not an elf. Lulu's a human.
human.
Lulu's a human.
Children are stupid. They don't know the
Lulu's an
difference.
elf in disguise.
Well, whenever he gets back, do you think you could just check on him and say Valindra was asking where he went?
Okay.
Okay, thank you so very much. And I'm going to jump up and give her a couple of little licks. You have been a great help today. And then I'm going to run away.
Oh, go.
I have diabetes. No.
And then once Winnie is out of sight of the child, I'm going to poof him back to me.
Okay, just freak her out a little more, yes. So Winnie becomes a shadow and zips across the ground as quick as he can, back to you, returning to your shadow.
Does the kid see that?
No, she made sure to get out of sight for that.
Nightmare Fox?
No.
Tim Burton Fox?
Yeah, I'd say in the meantime, Smokey would have asked Lulu to see if she could secure a wagon and horses for us.
Certainly, I can inquire one from the guild hall. If you don't mind waiting for a moment, I shall grab it.
Sure. How long do you think it'll be?
Oh, probably no more than half an hour at most.
All right. And then how long, with all the conversation stuff, would you say I got on scribing?
Oh, you would have done at least about 2 hours worth.
Okay.
Probably closing into 2.5.
Okay. I'm going to try and finish
Okay,
if I can. So just focusing on that.
sure. Yeah, does it take 2 hours per spell level?
It was one. Oh darn! I don't have my book handy. I think it's just.
I think it's just one?
I'll check on it and get back to you.
Okay,
Plus, sending's a third level.
it is.
So,
Yeah. But it's just for transferring spells.
Oh, okay.
Classes.
2 hours and costs 50 gold for each level of the spell.
Oh, then yeah. Okay.
6 hours and
So it'll be 6 because conjuration is not abjury. It's yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or divination for sending.
Sure. Okay. Mark down.
Still though, not abjuration, unfortunately.
Yep. So I'll give myself 3 or so.
Okay. But yes, Lulu does head off to get the cart, as eventually all of you are just standing there waiting for her to return.
Arkash,
Yes.
you can use sending, right?
Yes, I can. Yes. Why?
Something weird's going on with Garrick.
Okay. What kind of weird?
So when he got there, the door was propped open. He wasn't inside. Everything just looked abandoned. And a little girl said that an elvish woman entered, had a conversation with him, and then a bird flew out the chimney.
Out the front door.
At the front door.
Okay.
A little yellow bird.
A little yellow bird.
Wait, a little yellow bird?
Yeah.
Did,
With a yellow bill.
Bill?
I don't know. It's a song from my childhood. I'm sorry. I know
okay. I was like,
but I couldn't resist.
I knew it was some sort of reference like that.
a little yellow bird would really pique Varkesh's interest, given the fact that he had a dream about a yellow bird. So he's going to inquire about the yellow bird. Was there any other specific information about it?
I don't know. I just asked a little girl, and she said,
Well,
yellow bird. But if you want to try to message Garrick and see what's going on with him, if he's okay, he might be able to give you a little more information.
Wait a minute. Gold Dragonborn, supposedly, and then a little yellow bird right afterwards.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be him, but I mean, why would he just leave his shop like that?
Maybe if he's actually a creature that really doesn't need it. Maybe like a dragon.
Well, I mean, Villender said the elven woman walked in, but she didn't say one walked out. So, I mean, the woman could be the bird.
Walked out.
The woman's the bird.
The elven woman walked in, the elven woman walked out, and a
Yeah.
bit later, a yellow bird flew out.
She did walk out. Sorry,
Okay.
I should have included
Okay,
that.
so you want me to try and communicate with the Dragonborn?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it right now, because I don't know what we're going to encounter on the road. You can just save it for this evening.
Bless you.
Bless you.
It's entirely up to you. I don't want to make you use a spell slot.
No. I can do it now. It's not a problem.
This kind of would be our last chance to do something about it before we leave.
Aye. So I will cast Sending, and I will attempt to communicate with said Dragonborn, saying, "Hey, what up, Chuck? Where you at? Big problems. Please call back. Love you lots, Varkesh."
Okay.
There's still. You feel like the message is not sending. It's waiting.
Or are you safe?
Huh.
Still waiting.
Ask about the elvish woman. Say, who is the elvish woman?
And who was the elvish woman?
Still waiting.
Love you lots. Love Varkesh.
Okay, there you go.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you, lots love.
That's where it ended. So, you send the message off, and you wait, and you listen intently, and you hear.
God damn it.
What'd you say about my mother? God damn it.
That's all you hear.
I'm hearing bird tweetings. Where's Rook? Rook Rook won't be able to hear it.
I'm right here, Varkesh.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. I forget how tall I am sometimes. I tried to send a message spell to our Dragonborn friend, and he replied with tweet, tweet, twiddly, tweet, 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 tweet. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
He said he hates the color blue and he thinks you're a twat.
That's a lie.
Jeez.
That's an outright lie, and you are off my Christmas list.
Going for the balls.
Well, I mean, can you maybe message him tomorrow?
I can try.
How long has it been since
And it's pronounced twat, by the way.
Lulu's been gone for maybe about 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, maybe some other time you can try and check up on it. Oh, and actually, shoot, I should have gone to the Trader's Hall myself because I guess it's Trader's Hall anywhere can answer my question. Because I made the inquiry about that spell scroll for non-detection. But I wanted to follow up on, but they didn't have any answer for me yesterday.
So,
Would I know if the other... AJ, you're kind of cutting out for the sound a
sorry.
little bit. There you go. Would I know if, like, I inquired at a different Traders Guild site, they would also be aware of my inquiry? Or
yes,
Okay.
they're all connected, and anytime you make a request, they can send it through any of the halls.
Okay. Then Smokey's not going to worry and keep on writing.
All right. So you continue working as you wait for Lulu to come back, as she does eventually bring about what appears to be a very makeshift-looking wagon and a donkey.
Good enough.
Well, darlings, are you ready?
Is donkey ready? It's got a lot to pull.
Oh, darling, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It can pull twice your load.
It's all on the ass.
I just backslap the cat again.
Oh, God. But yes,
Bad cat, bad.
you all can get aboard the wagon, and as you all settle down, it is set into motion as it makes its way towards Trylock. Now, Trylock is maybe about a good day's journey right now to reach, and you're taking it at a very casual pace, but you can always speed it up if you want. You let me know.
I think...
How fast can a donkey go?
About what time is it right now?
Oh, it's about noonish, coming up to noon.
And would we know like how many hours/days it would take to get from Bylock to Trylock?
It would nearly take a full day's worth of travel, so if you kept going at your casual pace, you would arrive there at around, like, late in the night.
Oh, today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, worth it.
One day's worth of travel, so, about maybe 12 hours worth.
Okay. In that case, Smokey is... Actually, I don't know if I prepared it. Would he have prepared it today? Because I didn't change my spells. I think he would have prepared it today.
Oh, dear.
Oh, hush.
As I said in the beginning, this was the time to do your spell preps.
When?
When you woke up, I said you got yourself refreshed and your skills, and you prepare your spells for the day.
Fine. Smokey hides under a frickin' blanket and advises everyone else to do the same.
Okay.
Why are we hiding under a blanket?
Because my sister has eyes everywhere.
Oh no.
I'll hide under a blanket, but like with my head sticking out so I can keep watch.
Okay.
Smokey's continuing to describe while this happens.
That's fine. You continue to work, spending your hours focused on getting the spell inscribed into your tome. The rest of you, are you all keeping an eye out, or what do you wish to do?
Keeping an eye out.
All right. Winnie is still in your shadow form right now. Is that all right?
Oh, I poof him out.
All right. Winnie is now once more next to you. Those of you who wish to keep an eye out can make a perception check.
Ooh. 17.
And
Nice.
Okay. So, looking around the countryside, there isn't much for you to really take in. Valindra, you feel a little off. Not much, but there's this kind of presence inside of you that is tugging you and making you always look to the northeast. So every time you scan, you just feel like your gaze is being pulled here, almost like your muscles hurt to look away from it, and then you feel fine when your direction is gazing off into that horizon. And it's just a little bit of an irritant, and you feel that guiding kind of force making you want to look that way and go that way.
I don't like it. Can I, I don't know, scan myself and see if something happened whenever I used that warlock ability to bring myself back from the dead? Is that what he was saying good job for? Or
make an insight check with disadvantage.
Oh god! I did not need disadvantage on that.
Oh, would have been good. It's hard to piece it exactly as to what he might have been referring to, but I mean, he did seem satisfied about something. So, yeah, that's all you know.
After keeping watch for a little bit, I'm going with the Smoky method and hiding from my problems under a blanket.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stop keeping watch.
All right. No, fair enough. Yeah, just trying to ignore it. The rest of you keep an eye out. Varkesh, you don't see much of anything. Rook, it seems pretty calm, but you do spend all the way up till sunset traveling. Smoky, you finish inscribing the sending spell into your tome, as you all have left Bylock many hours ago, and as the darkness begins to descend, Valindra, you would pick this up first. There's a sound in the distance, and
Did you guys hear that?
they
Not
don't,
yet.
They don't seem to. And as you look in that direction, you slowly let your eyes turn into Devil's Sight as they pierce into the slowly darkening horizon, and you can vaguely feel a presence first. But then as you look farther out from the shadows, you can see the aura begin to appear, and you can see 2 glowing eyes, and then 2 limbs, 4 limbs,
Follows.
6 limbs,
Shite.
suddenly moving at a very quick crawling pace as it moves to catch up with the party, and you can see a slithering tail of bone as this massive creature, familiar to you from before in the bottom depths of Bylock, chasing after the party.
As soon as I see like more than 2 limbs, I'm gonna say to the group, everyone off the cart. Lulu, go further down the road. We'll meet you when it's safe.
What?
What?
Darlings, what are
Okay,
you on about?
popping out.
I'm just like, we're still moving.
Darling, are you sure? What are you doing?
Lulu, go!
Go. Fine. I'll
Smack the horse's ass.
well, you smack the ass's ass.
Yes.
I'm smacking the ass's ass.
Yeah. You get it to go as you hop off, everyone else hopping off?
Yeah.
All right. You all hop off and get yourselves ready as you look into the darkness, trying to discern what she
I'm
has
pointing
seen.
the direction it's coming from.
All right. As you all look in that, that vision, just looking anywhere, it slowly begins to become apparent for Rook, and then for Smokey. Varkesh, you're just like, I'm blind! I see nothing!
I see. Fuck all.
So you can light yourself if you'd like.
Light myself. Bong.
All right. And as you, boom, create a beacon of light that washes out from you, targeting the party, you can then hear the sounds of the claws digging in the earth as you hear a wailing come right towards you. I need you all to roll for initiative.
Nope. I choose to turn off the light because if I do not see it, it does not get to hurt me.
Alright. We need some tokens.
Alright, let me just quickly put you
Actually, I
on...
can drag myself on. What
No,
am I
no,
talking?
I'll put you on the right map because currently you are on the other
a
special
map?
map. Yes.
Oh,
So there you go.
yeah, there's our little hideout markers.
953.
Okay, 73. Okay. So I get... 73.
Are we fighting on the world map?
For theater of mind at the moment.
Okay.
Good lord.
I just wanted to make sure that Roll20 wasn't lagging or anything.
Damn it.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
doctor.
as this happens, as you see the creature begin to crawl and move with speed, you all prepare yourselves. Rook, you feel yourself more agile than the rest as you get ready to fire. We're going to end it here for tonight. As you guys are ready to engage the Bone Ghoul as it has tracked you down and is ready to take you all out.
Son of a bitch.
Initiative tease.
Initiative tease. I figured I'd give you some kind of, moment to think, but, that's what we get to.
And seeing as we're now coming to the end of the session, I have to once again thank our newly dubbed canary, our golden canary, for his fantastic voice acting.
Oh, thanks, Derek.
Marvelous job.
It was good to kind of play with you.
That was great.
It was excellent, and he
That was
took so
very
much
good.
time out of his day to get it so many times to just repeat it to get it right. So it was very well appreciated from you. Thank you so much.
So much Farkesh
It was
love.
perfect. Mwah.
It was great.
Lovely. And but yes, and of course, any of you guys who wish to, give us a drop or talk to us, we have a Discord channel, and you are free to engage with us and chat and ask questions and learn more about what has been going on in the world so far and what they know or what their characters' insights might be when it comes to the events that have transpired. Now, of course, I would be happy to close it off right here and now, but I do know that my Twitch is a little lagged, and I'm able to type according to the delay, so I don't want to accidentally cut it off too early for everyone at the moment. So I will say adieu and goodbye, and thank you to all of you for coming and joining and watching us. And, of course, we will appear every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And any time you spend with us, you are accumulating loyalty points, which you now can use to influence the game. So make sure to keep track and learn and use them at your pleasure. But I'm going to say goodbye from all of us, though I'm going to leave it hanging here for maybe a minute or so until I can get to that point where we all kind of say goodbye and whatnot. So ta-ta for now, guys. Anything you guys want to say to them, you can, because this is kind of like a delayed hold off, just to be safe.
Good night, all.
Have a good night, folks.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
Just swinging by. It's been a lot of fun.
You can keep going just in case, because I know this is going to be like on YouTube to share the extra talks.
Awesome new names, new faces.
A YouTube Easter egg, huh? Well, you should all know that Winnie is definitely the big bad.
He's not the big bad.
Dude, I'm thinking Lulu's the big bad.
Yeah.
Clearly an elf in disguise just goes around turning people into canaries. Probably actually the architect behind Varkesh's dream, because I'm just saying she showed up like the same night.
I also just want to say,
saying.